The Shirelles, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Super
Well,
Dave?
I'll think about it.
No, it's you personally. Shirley Alston Reeves is 84 years old, singer with the Shirelles. So we were celebrating her birthday, and we got some more songs, too, by the Shirelles coming up. It's 6:55 and a half. You are getting it on WHBN AM and FM and at hometownlive.net.
For over 35 years, Hitachi Astemo Americas has developed cutting-edge products and smart technological solutions that support the global automotive industry. With over 1,000 employees located right here in our Harrodsburg facility, our dedicated workforce is the foundation of our sustained success. If you'd like to know more about joining our amazing team, visit us online at careers.hitachi.com. Hitachi Astemo Americas is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Cindy at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. We have everything from custom cake orders to cookies, fudge that we make here all the time, and we have cupcakes that you can just walk in and buy. They start at $1.50 each or $18 a dozen, but we can mix and match anything that you want to, and we can take care of about any sweet treat that you need. If we don't have it, we can sure come up with it. Visit us on our website, sweetsbycindy.com. Our hours are Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 1. Come on over to Junction City with us on West Shelby Street and get your sweet on.
All aboard the Dollywood Express. We're on our way to celebrate 40 years of unforgettable memories. Just ahead, 500,000 blooms, flower sculptures, fresh flavors, live music, and world-class rides. Next stop is Dollywood's Flower and Food Festival, April 18th through June 8th. Enjoy free parking, discounts on dining, shopping, and more with a Gold Season Pass. Here we go.
Gold prices are climbing, and that means now is the perfect time to turn your unwanted gold into cold hard cash. At B&L Jewelers, we're buying gold every day, whether it's broken chains, single earrings, outdated styles, or old class rings. If it's real gold, we want to see it. Our experienced team will evaluate your items right on the spot and make you a no-pressure offer. You might be surprised at how much your forgotten jewelry is worth. Why let it sit in the drawer when you could be putting money back into your pocket? No appointment needed. Trusted by the community for years. Located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. B&L Jewelers, where honesty, value, and experience shine. Come see what your gold is really worth today.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers. Give that gift with that personal touch to that person in your life that means so much. It's the perfect way to say, hey baby, I love you, and I need you to love me more. And the perfect diamond to get you to do it's at the B&L Jewelers store. Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
Kentucky has one of the most expansive state park systems in the nation. For decades, the parks have been bringing people together for family reunions, fishing, hiking, and a wealth of other activities. What's your favorite memory of a Kentucky state park? Unfortunately, it takes more than governmental support to keep the parks vibrant. The Kentucky State Parks Foundation raises money to create educational programs for elementary school kids to connect them with nature, handicappable hiking trails, and the preservation of historical artifacts. Make a tax-deductible donation online at KentuckyStateParksFoundation.org.
We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. Sit quietly and we will control all that you hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
Radio Rick in the morning on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM, WHBN The Rooster.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg The Rooster, your community voice since 1955. I'm proud of it. Heard on FM 99.5 AM 1420. World Wide Web at hometownlive.net. Check out our online store. Celebrate Dad with our one-day sale. Today, only enjoy an extra 15% off your purchase when you use the code DAD at the checkout. Don't miss out. This deal ends at midnight tonight. We will be back right after this news break at 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass says her city is being used for an experiment. More from Tammy Trujillo.
This is the federal government brings in the National Guard and Marines to counter immigration protests.
This kind of atmosphere, it creates a chaos in our city. People not sure whether they should go outside, whether they need to stay inside. We did not need this.
Bass says it makes her feel like it's a test for what happens when the federal government moves in and takes the authority away from the state or away from local government. She pushed back against comments describing the city as being invaded and occupied by illegal aliens and criminals, calling it a despicable description.
President Trump visits Fort Bragg in North Carolina today to help kick off the Army's 250th birthday celebration. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth plans to join him at the base, home to about 57,000 troops. The event is set to feature military demonstrations, musical performances, and speeches from top military leaders. New York lawmakers have approved a measure to legalize assisted suicide across the state. The controversial legislation, dubbed the Medical Aid in Dying Act, was designed to allow a doctor to prescribe life-ending drugs to people with 6 months or less to live. Its future with Governor Kathy Hochul remains unclear.
They not like us.
This year's BET Awards took place Monday in Los Angeles against the backdrop of anti-ICE protests in the city and National Guard troops nearby in the streets. Kendrick Lamar led the nominees list with a total of 10 nods and ended up winning in 4 of those categories. Best Female Hip-Hop Artist Doechii addressed the elephant outside of the room in her acceptance speech, asking the crowd to consider what kind of government it appears to be when every time we exercise our democratic right to protest, the military is deployed against us. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714.
Deliberations continued Monday in Harvey Weinstein's retrial as signs of a divided jury continue to come to light. Jonathan O'Halloran with more.
One juror asking to speak to the judge regarding a, quote, situation that isn't very good, and another note from the jury requesting the rules of a hung jury. Meanwhile, Weinstein's defense is calling for a mistrial. Attorney Arthur Aidala says things are being discussed in the jury room that aren't a part of the trial and that there is a, quote, tainted juror. The judge denied that motion. Jonathan O'Halloran, New York.
President Trump is threatening to cut funding for Amtrak's Northeast Corridor, impacting riders throughout the entire region. More from Natalie Migliori.
New York Congressman George Latimer, who represents parts of the Bronx, says he can't get behind the proposal that would pull funding for the nation's busiest rail corridor that runs between Boston and Washington, D.C.
This is an essential service that complements the other transportation options that exist. And the willingness to cut the Northeast Corridor by 25% is a bad business decision.
Westchester County Executive Ken Jenkins echoing the sentiment, adding the proposed cuts threaten to undermine reliability and delay modernization projects.
People are expected to spend $24 billion this year for Father's Day. Matt Mattinson with more.
That would be a record amount, according to the National Retail Federation, up more than 7% from last year. 3 out of every 4 people surveyed said they plan to celebrate the event in some way this year on June 15th. Average spending is expected to come in at just under $200. I'm Matt Mattinson.
Eminem is suing Meta, arguing the social media company allows the use of his songs without permission. The lawsuit was filed Friday in federal court by the rapper's music company, 8 Mile Style. It accuses the company behind Facebook and Instagram of storing and reproducing his music without a license. He's looking for about $110 million in damages. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Thank you, Michael. It is 7:05. You're getting it on WHBN AM and FM and HometownLive.net. Time for your local news with Joe. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville. They're cruising this Saturday at the showroom on the corner of Lebanon Road and 127. And you can also find them online at stuartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim Adele Health is offering 2 separate health screenings this Saturday. First in Danville, where they'll be offering a free hernia screening day this Saturday. It'll be at Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center, where not only screenings will take place that day from 9 to 11 on the second floor, but also experts will share information about the condition. The screening is free, but pre-registration is recommended by calling 859-239-2010. That same day, Ephraim will offer health screenings at the Carpenters Christian Church in Harrodsburg. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, mental health, and take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are recommended by calling 859-734-0670. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. And the Boyle Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dane Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Hi, this is Susan Rogers with Chloe's Petals for Hope. We all have the power to promote positive mental health, whether by supporting someone who's going through a difficult time or instilling healthy habits in our children from an early age. Promote positive mental health wherever you are. Call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. It's free and confidential.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by the Old Bus Station Restaurant, offering good old-fashioned home cooking. Open for breakfast at 6 weekdays and Saturday at 8. The Old Bus Station Restaurant on South Greenville Street in Harrodsburg.
All right, Robert. It's going to be sunny today with a high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny tomorrow, high of 82. Mostly clear tomorrow night, low of 60. Mostly sunny on Thursday, high of 86. Friday, got a chance of showers, mainly after 2. Partly sunny, high of 85. Chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday morning, then showers likely. Possible thunderstorm after 2. Mostly cloudy with a high of 85. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Sunday. Mostly cloudy with a high of 84. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Monday. Mostly cloudy, high of 83. Right now, we have partly cloudy skies. Let's do a weather flagger updater just for fun, just to make sure it hasn't changed the temperature on us. And we've got partly cloudy skies. 63 degrees in Harrodsburg at 7:09. Good. Tuesday to you. It's June 10th. Radio Rick and Super Dave, glad to have you along on WHBN AM and FM and HometownLive.net. Birthdays, anniversaries, road situations, and song requests can be done. 859-734-4321, 734. Use that number if you want to register yourself for someone else to win the DQ ice cream cake. We're giving another one away Friday morning before 10 o'clock, courtesy of Barbara Montgomery. For those having a birthday or anniversary between the 7th and the 13th, we have Kay Carpenter and Doris Bartleson. They are registered for the DQ ice cream cake. As I expected, we did have a few more birthdays, a couple more anyway. We got Kayla Fowler Whitehouse, Joe Montano, not to be confused with Joe Montana, Claudia Peters, Sarah Kuchenbrod, and Brian Wooford.
Hey, y'all, this is Neil McCoy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Neil McCoy, for stopping by to sing happy birthday to our birthdayers. All right, kids, today is Alcoholics Anonymous Founders Day. It's a good thing. Ballpoint Pen Day. What would we do without the pens? National Black Cow Day, National Herb and Spice Day, and National Iced Tea Day. Celebrate those accordingly. Here's your life hack. Can't find anything to watch on Netflix? Try using NetflixRoulette.net. Enter your interests, click spin, and they'll choose something awesome for you to watch. It's NetflixRoulette.net. Positive thought, your smile is a knockout, and we enjoy it so much. We hope we're going to get you smiling more because we've got right around the corner here Steve Bertram's Sports Report. That will be followed by the Rooster Local Talent Showcase, and that will be followed by the DQ Nearly Impossible quiz, about 7:35 or so, with a prize to be won, 7:45. Good news from Jamie Dunn, Shelter Insurance. 7:50, Southern States Chase Porter should be calling in. Normally we have James the Gardener here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but he is busy today, will not be able to make it in. 8:20, Amanda Mays Bledsoe, State Senator. 8:45, a random facts from David Hopewell. 8:50, Rich from Harrisburg Tire and Automotive. Then after the 9 o'clock news and weather forecast, hope for Harrisburg Food Pantry. We'll have a friend coming in to talk about that. And then after the 9:30 news and weather forecast, Alexander and Royalties, Tanya Schroeder will be in. And we will be talking all kinds of different things, most likely there. So I think you'll find a very diverse and interesting morning for you. Try to get some memories. We got some more birthdays, celebrity-wise, to celebrate, and information that you can use right here on WHBN AM and FM. 3 more days. We like to infuse kids on Friday morning. We start the weekend early because we can. So sit back, relax, and watch the pictures fly through the air on this Tuesday, June 10th. Good morning to you.
Now you know it's Tuesday, and we say hooray, 'cause at least it's Tuesday, and it's not Monday. The weekend's looking so far away, so there is nothing else I can say except it's Tuesday. Tuesday all day long, sing along. Yes, we know it's Tuesday, much to our dismay. But at least it's Tuesday, and it's not Monday. Next comes Wednesday, and then comes Thursday, and Friday too. But it's Tuesday today. Yes, it's Tuesday now, so don't have a cow. Because it is Tuesday.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. ESPN is reporting that Kentucky football assistant Vince Marrow is leaving UK and going to Louisville. WKYT-TV says that UK told them only that Marrow has not officially resigned. The ESPN report said that Marrow would become the general manager of the U of L football program and would oversee roster management, recruiting, and the transfer portal. Marrow's listed as UK's associate head coach, tight ends coach, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison. He's been with Mark Stoops' staff since Stoops arrived in December of 2012. Merrill had turned down an offer to be the head football coach at Bowling Green earlier this year. Despite the news about Merrill, UK football picked up its third commit from the class of 2026 yesterday. Three-star wide receiver Prince Jean from Valdosta, Georgia, selected the Wildcats over several other schools, including Mississippi State, Georgia, Virginia, and Kansas State. Murray State is headed to the NCAA's College Baseball World Series. The Racers downed Duke last night 5-4 to advance to their first ever trip to Omaha. Murray State will play UCLA this Saturday. The other matchups, Louisville versus Oregon State, Arkansas versus LSU, and Coastal Carolina versus Arizona. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati manager Terry Francona beat his former team in Cleveland again last night 7-4. The Reds have beaten the Guardians in all four meetings this season under Francona. Jake Fraley and T.J. Friedel homered for the Reds. Elsewhere, two losing streaks ended in the National League Monday. Chris Sale struck out 11 as the Braves ended their 7-game skid with a 7-1 win at the Brewers. The Phillies halted their 5-game slide by edging the Cubs 4-3 in 11 innings. It was the Dodgers 8, Padres 7, Pirates 10, Marlins 3, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Rays 10, Red Sox 8, Diamondbacks 8, Mariners 4, and Angels 7, Athletics 4. In the Stanley Cup Finals last night in Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers crushed Edmonton 7-1. Florida leads the Oilers 2-1. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Summertime, 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 summertime.
We're all ready for some summertime fun and at a big deals price. Go to Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon Water Park with admission tickets just $30 at Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. They're determined and dedicated to providing safe, clean fun for all guests this summer. Beach Bend has rides for everyone in the family, including the nationally recognized Kentucky Rumbler wooden roller coaster. There's the whole family ride, the wet adventure down the Whitewater Express. And there's plenty of fun at Splash Lagoon Water Park. A day of summer fun, plus included with your admission ticket, you get free parking, free sunscreen, free tubes, all at Beach Bend Park in Bowling Green. Just a 2-hour drive away, so get ready to pack up and go to Beach Bend Park with admission tickets just $30 for a full day of fun in the sun. Go to hometownlive.net and click on Big Deals.
So shop now!
Shop now, buy now. Also save $5 on Pioneer Playhouse tickets.
Paved driveways and parking lots are a major investment, whether at your business, church, or home.
At Hometown Radio, we depend on White House seal coating to keep our asphalt surfaces protected. Their experienced crews are insured to do asphalt sealing.
And to stop further damage, they do hot rubber, crack filling, before sealing to keep out water, ice, and oils. White House Seal Coating.
Call now. We did 859-325-5716.
Or go online at whitehousesealcoating.com.
Your pet is a special member of your family. Wouldn't you like him to be treated with the newest, safest handling? Then call the owners of the Harrisburg Animal Hospital, where the highly educated Dr. Thomas and Dr. Alex practice the best techniques on small and large pets, plus exotics too. The Harrisburg Animal Hospital offers full-service grooming, boarding, and daycare. The Harrisburg Animal Hospital, located on Beaumont Avenue across from Mulch to Go. Call to set an appointment. 734-5171. That's 734-5171.
Isn't it time life got more exciting and easier? The Willows at Harrodsburg offers new luxury patio homes. Coming soon, enjoy carefree senior living. We handle all maintenance. More time for you to explore premium amenities, enjoy community events, and use our concierge service. Discover our pet-friendly community for vibrant, elegant living. Ask about special options and extras for our founding members. See what's waiting. Visit willowsatharrodsburg.com. That's willowsatharrodsburg.com.
Spring's finally here. Along with the green grass and blooming dogwoods, spring also means thunderstorms and the possibility of power outages. Here's what you should do if a spring storm leaves you without power. Start at home. Check your fuse box or circuit breakers. Then check with your neighbors to see if they have power. If they don't, that's the time to call your electric cooperative and report the outage. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Horn Home Supply, a trusted name for quality service and a fair price for over 40 years. See Matt Horn at Horn Home Supply in Harrodsburg, South College Street.
Sunny today, high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny tomorrow, high of 82. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, low of 60. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 86. Right now, we have partly cloudy skies, 64 degrees in Harrodsburg at 720.5. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning. I'm Larry Sanders. Welcome to Rooster Local Talent Showcase. Special thank you to our sponsor, Darian Ransdell at the Bar in Harrodsburg, next to Casey's. Today's Bluegrass Tuesday, we're going to feature Doyle Lawson in Quicksilver. He has a band member that lives in Mount Vernon, so he qualifies as a local artist. He's going to be singing about the Mountain View Missionary Baptist Church.
The Barbershop by Darren Ransdell is a barbershop that offers today's men a haven where they can sit back, relax, and talk sports, politics, or the weather. Located next to Casey's on South College Street in Harrodsburg. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 7:30 to noon.
The shadow of the mountains, surrounded by the dogwoods and tall ferns. 100-year-old church house is still standing, and every Sunday it's like stepping back in time. You won't find a more friendly congregation. They'll shake your hand and greet you with a smile. The minute you walk in the sanctuary, you can feel God's presence there inside,
where they pray,
like they know God is listening,
and they shout,
amen, 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 to affirm the preacher's word,
and they sing,
lift their voices up to heaven at the Mountain View Missionary Baptist Church. There's a cross on every stained glass window. All the pews are made of quarter sawn oak. The carpet's worn from kneeling at the altar, where peace can be found for troubled souls. When Sister Anna Smith gets in the spirit, she runs up and down the aisle with both hands raised. And once you hear Reverend Wilbur Watson preaching, you're gonna leave there with a lot more faith,
where they pray,
like they know God is listening,
and they shout,
amen, 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 to affirm the preacher's word,
and they sing,
lift their voices up to heaven at the Mountain View Missionary Baptist Church,
where they
pray, like they know God is listening,
and they shout,
amen, 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 to affirm the preacher's word,
and they sing,
lift their voices up to heaven at the Mountain View Missionary Baptist Church, at the Mountain View Missionary Baptist Church.
You You've been listening to Rooster Local Talent Showcase. It's a service of Darren Ranstall's Barbershop next to Casey's in Harrodsburg. You can be the next Rooster Local Talent Showcase star by bringing your music to WHBN Studio. I'm Larry Sanders. You're listening to Radio Rick, playing the best in music and keeping everyone informed on what's happening in Harrodsburg and Mercer County. 99.5 FM and 1420 AM. WHBN, Harrodsburg, the Rooster.
On one hand, I count the reasons I could stay with you and hold you close to me all night long. So many lovers' games I'd love to play with you. On that hand, there's no reason why it's wrong. But on the other hand, there's a golden band to remind me of someone who would not understand. On one hand, I could stay and be your loving man, but the reason I must go is on the other hand. In your arms I feel the passion I thought it died when I looked into your eyes. I found myself, and when I first kissed your lips, I felt so alive. I've got to hand it to you, girl. You're something else. But on the other hand, there's a golden band to remind me of someone who would not understand. On one hand, I could stay and be your loving man. The reason I must go is on the other hand. Yeah, the reason I must go is on the other hand.
Country and more. WHBN.
Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. Mama said, Mama said, Mama said, Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said, Mama said, Mama said. I went walking the other day and everything was going fine. I met a little boy named Billy Joe and then almost lost my mind. Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said, Mama said, Mama said, Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said. My eyes were wide open, but all that I can see is a chapel bells are tolling for everyone about me. But I don't worry, 'cause Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said, Mama said, Mama said, Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said, and then she said, someone will look at me like I'm looking at you one day. Then I might find I don't want to get in your way, so I don't worry,
The Shirelles. Mama Said. Shirley Alston Reeves is 84 years old singer with the Shirelles. It is 7:30, time for news.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A deadly officer-involved shooting in Allen County now under investigation. Kentucky State Police report on Friday afternoon, officers were called to a home on Shockley Road in Scottsville for a report of a domestic disturbance. Arriving officers found 42-year-old Joshua Stanka armed with a gun. A deputy opened fire, striking and killing him. An investigation into the incident is ongoing. A Louisville soldier sorting through what's left of his house after a month-long deployment. John Shannon with more.
I was upset. That was the first thing that crossed my mind, just being completely upset.
Brandon Branch is a sergeant in the U.S. Army Reserves. Last month, after spending 30 days deployed to California, Sergeant Branch said he came home to find his residence on Southern Parkway had been broken into, ransacked, his belongings gone. He spoke with WLKY.
It was just terrible. They took all my shoes, clothes, personal belongings.
Nothing was left untouched by the thieves. Now Branch is trying to gather the most basic necessities to start putting his home back together. He says that to have this happen while serving his country is, quote, disheartening, especially since it's the second time his house has been broken into. Branch has launched a GoFundMe campaign, and he's also taken steps to report the incident to authorities and his insurance. I'm John Shannon.
A Norfolk, Kentucky high school mourning the loss of a football coach and teacher. Dave Trosper was the head football coach at Connors since 2007. He was also a business teacher at the school. He passed away Saturday at the age of 55 from a heart attack. A festival featuring hip-hop artists coming to Norfolk, Kentucky. The Tacos and Tequila Festival takes place on October 4th at Thomas More Stadium, home of the Florence Yalls. Artists include Little John, Bow Wow, and more. The festival will also feature tequila bars, tacos, an exotic car showcase, and more. The festival is only for those 21 years and up. More information found on tacosandtequilafestival.com. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's time for the news, all about your neighbors and probably about you. It's your local news, presented by
First Financial Bank.
Monday through Saturday.
What does it mean to believe in something, to truly support and get behind it, to be committed and invested in making sure it succeeds and grows? At First Financial Bank, we go beyond banking, providing resources for dreams that matter and giving back to projects that make a difference. As our family grows, our commitment to serve the community grows with it. First Financial Bank, because together, we're better. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Located in Harrodsburg at the corner of College and Childs.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim Health is offering 2 separate health screenings this Saturday. First in Danville, where they'll be offering a free hernia screening day this Saturday. It'll be at Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center, where not only screenings will take place that day from 9 to 11 on the second floor, but also experts will share information about the condition. The screening is free, but pre-registration is recommended by calling 859-239-2010. That same day, Ephraim will offer health screenings at the Carpenters Christian Church in Harrodsburg. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, mental health, and take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are recommended. 734-0670. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. And the Boyle Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dane Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm Joe Mathis.
What does it mean to believe in something, to truly support and get behind it, to be committed and invested in making sure it succeeds and grows? At First Financial Bank, we go beyond banking, providing resources for dreams that matter and giving back to projects that make a difference. As our family grows, our commitment to serve the community grows with it. First Financial Bank, because together, we're better. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Located in Harrodsburg at the corner of College and Childs.
Here are the obituaries. Burchell Dwayne Shoemaker, age 72 of Harrodsburg, died Thursday. He was the husband of 51 years to Joyce Snipes Shoemaker. Visitation is Monday from 5 until 8 and Tuesday from 7. And the time of the service at 1 o'clock at Alexander Royalty Funeral Home. Mary and Julia Bonham Mattingly, age 82 of Harrisburg, died Saturday, May the 17th. She was the wife of John Bonham. A gravesite service is Saturday, June 14th at Spring Hill Cemetery Pavilion. Sims Funeral Services is in charge of the arrangements. And those today's obituaries on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM WHBN.
That's the news for today, presented by
First Financial Bank.
Charles and College in Harrodsburg.
This WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Ransdell Funeral Chapel. Our goal is and always will be to provide the best value in funeral service available. Exceptional care from a trusted family name, Ransdell Funeral Chapel.
Thank you, Sonny. It's going to be sunny Ransdell today, high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny Ransdell tomorrow, high of 82. Mostly clear tomorrow night, low of 60. Mostly sunny Ransdell on Thursday and a high of 86. Right now, under partly cloudy skies, we have 64 degrees in Harrodsburg. At 7:36. Good Tuesday morning to you. It's June 10th. Rady Rick, glad to be along with you on WHBN AM and FM and hometownlive.net. Are you ready to win? It's time for the DQ Nearly Impossible quiz, all right? You win once a month, and you pick your winning up within 30 days. Only 2 rules we have, and you ask for you to do that, all right? So, without further ado, 859-734-4321 is the number. If you can correctly give me the answer to the DQ Nearly Impossible quiz, today you'll pick up a banana split. Maybe you haven't had one in a while. It's a great way to go back and revisit. Maybe you haven't had one since you were a kid. A banana split from DQ where happy tastes good on a line. If you can answer my question, 734-4321. Here it is. A man and his boss have the same parents, but they're not siblings. How is this possible? A man and his boss have the same parents, but they're not siblings. How is this possible? 734-4321.
I see you standing by the line. That old moon has never shined as bright as it's shining now on you.
I see a new star in the heavens for us tonight. I've been waiting for you most of my life. Now that we're together and we're where we belong, I can't help but wonder why. Why did it take so long? Sometimes it takes too much time to find the right one to say, I wanna make you mine, I wanna make you mine, be with you all the time, and be the only light in your eyes that ever shines. Sometimes it takes too many roads to reach the right one to say, here's where I wanna be, oh what you mean to me. When we're making love, I'll spend the rest of my life with you, making up for lost time.
Gary Morris, Crystal Gale, making up for lost time. Speaking of time, it is 7:40 and a half. You're getting it on WHBN AM and FM, and we have Ann Robin Dunaway is the winner for the DQ. Today is quiz, and the question read, a man and his boss have the same parents, but they're not siblings. How is this possible? She said he's self-employed. That's exactly what we were looking for, Super Dave. So there you go. So thank you, Ann Robin Dunaway. Thank you all called in. Thank you, Barbara Montgomery. We could not do this without your generosity. We will do it again, same time, same station tomorrow. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I don't want to do that. I want to do... let me find the right one to click on here. There it is. Now this. No. Well, this is interesting. This is not where I want it to be. Now.
Country and more. WHBN.
Super Dave, another blast from the past. The Shirelles with Soldier Boy. We're celebrating Shirley Alston Reeves' 84th birthday, singer with the Shirelles. And you got a couple requests coming up, Alabama and Conway. Okay, so stay tuned for that, folks. And stay tuned for this. It's 7:44 and a half, time for your tech report. And in the good news,
Apple has been denied a request to stop a court ruling that prohibits it from charging developers a fee when customers click on a link within their app that takes them outside the Apple App Store for payment, what developers were calling an Apple tax. Apple is set to lose billions in revenue. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has given a new authorization to Clarity Breast, an image-based platform that assists in predicting a woman's risk for breast cancer. Clarity Breast is a prognostic tool that can predict the 5-year risk for developing breast cancer by analyzing image features on routine mammograms. The AI model that powers Clarity Breast has been trained using millions of images. Its performance is validated by a data set of over 77,000 mammograms from 5 different screening centers. And President Trump is reportedly planning to extend the deadline for a TikTok sale again. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. This would be the 3rd extension granted by Trump since he retook office in January. TikTok's China-based owner must sell the popular video sharing app or it will face a ban in the U.S. The current deadline is June 19th. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Thank you, Mark. And here is the good news brought to you by this man right here.
I'm Jamie Dunn, your local shelter insurance agent. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Animal control officers in Massachusetts saved a baby raccoon that showed up on someone's doorstep. The photo is pretty cute because it's standing on its hind legs like a human. They plan to release it back in the wild when it's ready. Cops in North Carolina saved a very large alligator that was just hanging out in the middle of the road. It was close to 400 pounds and almost 10 feet long, so it took a few people to help wrangle it. No one was hurt. It was safely relocated. They had some fun with social media posts saying they cited the gator for suspicion of being a dinosaur. 2 cows in Canada tied the knot on Friday. The owners of a miniature Highland cow didn't want her to be lonely and went looking for a mate, so it was arranged marriage. They did a full ceremony with all the bells and whistles. Highland cows came from Scotland, so the groom wore a kilt. Canada's CTV News did a pun-filled story on it with phrases like, holy matrimony, and instead of I do, the officiant asked them to say, I moo. And that's the good news, brought to you by this company and the man at the end. And then we should be checking in with one Chase Porter from Southern States.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
I'm Jamie Dunn, your local shelter insurance agent. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
At their new location in Danville, behind the fire station on the bypass, Smoky Way. It's the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair. There's plenty of fun tonight. Come out for the first night of the Carnival Midway Food and Rides. Tonight's big events include the KOI drag racing, all new sea lion shows, magic shows with America's favorite magician, Mark Conley, helicopter rides, pony rides, all-American petting zoo, big races, and mechanical bull rides. Check out the Fluffy Cow Experience. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admission $15. Championship Wrestling is Friday. Championship Cage Fighting is Saturday. And Demo Derby is Friday and Saturday nights. Get more info at BoyleFair.com. See you at the new fairgrounds on the south side of Danville behind the bypass fire station on Smoky Way. Bring the family out to the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair this Tuesday through Saturday night.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
I want a steak and shake burger and fry. Say what? A steak and shake burger and fry. Say where? Steak and Shake in Harrisburg at Campbellsville University behind the clock tower. Say who? Me, you, and any who that's looking for a great shake burger and fry. Open to the public. I'll sizzle you there. Steak and Shake in Harrisburg at Campbellsville University. You're welcome. I'm welcome. We're welcome. That's Steak and Shake. A burger and a shake makes life so great at Steak and Shake in Harrisburg at Campbellsville University behind the clock tower.
CC Auto Parts and Service is a difference. We get it. No appointment necessary. Fast, friendly auto service every time. We'll have you in and out, hassle-free. Brakes, engines, and service of every kind. With free pickup and free delivery. CC Auto Parts and Service is a difference. We get it. Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Find new roads at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Live the HD life in a new 25 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. Now Bob Allen priced as low as $49,998. Stock M $25,498. Several HD models in stock to choose from. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. We are Danville's deal maker.
Measles cases are on the rise, but there's good news. The MMR vaccine is the safest way to protect yourself and your community from measles, mumps, and rubella. Measles isn't just a rash. It can lead to serious health issues like pneumonia and brain swelling, even in healthy kids. That's why doctors recommend 2 MMR doses for lifelong protection. And cost shouldn't be a barrier. Many vaccines are free, even without insurance. Call 855-598-2246 to find a provider near you. This message is paid for by Kentucky Voices for Health, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Be cautious of repair people who stop by unexpectedly. If they demand cash before they perform services like roofing or painting, it could be a scam. Hi, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. Ask for references and don't be pressured to pay before the work is done.
Hi, this is your friend Rick Dees, and here's Radio Rick.
Well, thank you there, Rick Dees. Rick Dees to Chase Porter. Is that about the truth?
Yeah. Hey, Rick.
Hey.
Good morning.
Chase, how are you? I got Super Dave to my right here, too.
Okay. Yeah, it's I'm doing great. Feeling good.
And you know what? It's not raining right now. It seems like we always have weather whenever we talk.
Yeah. Well, man, it doesn't feel like spring should be over. It really doesn't feel like that long ago we had snow on the ground. We were talking about how cold it was and the ice on the roads.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wasn't. It's crazy how fast things, I don't know, it just feels like time flies by.
Yeah. Did you hear today that they are included Kentucky in Tornado Alley now?
I did. I mean, they have to. I feel like the numbers prove it. I definitely remember as a kid, it wasn't, we weren't worried about tornadoes like this.
Right.
I mean, but it's every week. There's, if it's not here, it's close by, and so, yeah, it's, I hate that.
Yeah.
I wish that Tornado Alley was going away, not expanding.
Yeah. It's our changing weather patterns, obviously. And if it's not like tornadoes, it's the flooding, all this extra challenges that we are facing nowadays.
Yeah, the flooding's been horrible too. This spring was so wet, and it creates a lot of challenges. I mean, just not just from flooding, but just from for farmers and for landowners in general. And yeah, the tornadoes are just devastating. Like there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You're not going to beat it. It just wipes everything out. And it's so unpredictable. It's we're really not set up for it. I don't think a lot of homes have places to go and be safe. We're not really built for it.
No, so I would say you go to the lowest level that you can and go to a room if you don't have like a basement or something like that. Go where there's no windows. If it's an interior bathroom or whatever. Some people I know have been laying down in a tub and get a mattress and put over top of you.
Yeah, it seems like that's probably the safest place to be is in the bathtub.
Yep.
For whatever reason. So hopefully we're past that for the year. Hopefully most of that's behind us. We can move on to summer sunny days and
in the heat of summer.
Hot and humid.
Yes. And then
very humid.
Then we'll be begging for rain probably come July and August.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately. Yeah, that's why it's good to get all these plants and crops in the ground early. That way they can get plenty of rain and get established, because you don't want to have to be watering stuff once we get into into July and August. You're going to have to some, but it just gives everything a lot more root establishment if you can plant early. So it's been hard. It's just been hard to get in and get things done with the rainy, overcast days. But last week was busy, man. We had a good stretch of weather. We were fertilizing, kind of getting some of the last crop put in the ground for the year, just catching up from all the weeks of being rained out. So, and this week's gearing up to be pretty. We got some rain last night or yesterday, but going to be another good productive week.
Yeah, very good. Hey, now Sunday is Father's Day. Now, do you have some ideas? People are always looking for ideas. Some ideas, maybe some gifts at the southern states that maybe, that people haven't thought of before.
Well, that's a great question. It kind of depends on what your dad is into. If he has, livestock, if he has a garden, or if he's trying to, whatever, if he's taking care of a big yard, or if he's, but if none of that, there's still, there's tools. We sell Milwaukee tools.
Okay.
Gift card.
Yeah.
Because, man, I recommend the gift card a lot because what we sell is very specific to what you need. If it's not necessarily these broad sweeping products that you can buy anybody and they need all the time. So, but it seems like you can find something here. If you come in, you will find something that will benefit you. What else? Pond, anything for a pond, or we've got chemicals for ponds and herbicides, spraying for bugs around the house. I mean, there's things like that you don't really know you need until you run out and you're asking, where do I get that?
Yeah, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes going to start hitting us too.
Yeah, we've got some sticks you can put out for mosquitoes. You just got to look around. But yeah, those are things that you got to have on hand. If you run out, you're gonna spend money on. So you might as well, have that, get it and keep it stocked.
It's called being proactive and not reactive.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But no, as far as like knick-knack gifts for your dad, not necessarily the place to be, but if you're trying to get stuff that your dad needs, we've got that stuff.
I like
if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I like the idea of the gift cards because a lot of times you don't know what to get. And how many times have we gotten gifts that end up in a drawer, in a closet, or, we don't ever use them. And a gift card, let them, select something. I like that much better, unless I'm very specific on something I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I know gift cards seem like a cop-out, but I don't know. I mean, I like them because I can just go, I know what I need.
Yeah.
It's just, it helps me go. Sometimes I need that little extra push to go get what I need, anyway. So that helps.
It's like you said, with like tools. So if you really don't know exactly what Dad has, and he's a pretty handy guy, that's the best thing I think you can get, because then he can go get something and not feel like, I don't want to really spend the money on this, but use the gift card. Then that way he can get something he really was wanting.
Yeah, that's right. And needing. I mean, like I said, there's everything we have here is, if you have owning a home or owning a property in general, like, these are the things that you need to take care of it. Just the around the house and I mean, I feel like I'm constantly buying everything I need here. Of course, I'm biased, but I can get just about everything I need to take care of my place here. And I do. So just look around. We got fertilizers, we've got feed, we've got fencing, supplies for everything like that. So we got rat bait and poisons for keeping critter control, that kind of stuff. So
anything for outdoors, you can pretty much find it, and if you don't have it, you can order it.
Yes, sir. And I learned a lot. I have, since I take care of my own property, I've learned a lot about these different products, and I try to keep the ones on hand that work for me, and we've got a lot of knowledge here. So that's what we do. We're a customer service based business. We live this. We're interested in this kind of stuff. We want to be more than just a store where you walk in and look around. We want to be interactive.
What are your hours,
So,
Chase?
Yeah, 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then 7:30 to 12 on Saturdays.
Chase, we'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
Okay.
Thanks,
Rick.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you.
All right. Chase Porter from Southern States, WHB in Harrisburg. It's 8 o'clock.
Unnecessary. At the same time, California Attorney General Rob Bonta has announced a lawsuit against the Trump administration over the federalizing of the National Guard. Jim Roop with more.
Bonta claims the violence escalated after troops were sent in Sunday morning.
By the time the first few hundred troops arrived on Sunday, the protests had mostly dissipated and streets were mostly quiet and calm.
This was the scene Saturday, protesters throwing rocks and bottles, kicking and vandalizing law enforcement and other vehicles. The LAPD says 29 people were arrested. Bonta claims, though, it was all over and reignited after the arrival of the National Guard. I'm Jim Roop.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is removing all 17 members of a panel that advises the CDC on vaccines. More from Brian Shook.
In an opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal Monday, Kennedy wrote, "A clean sweep is needed to reestablish public confidence in vaccine science." Kennedy was a vaccine skeptic prior to becoming the Health and Human Services Secretary. He's since softened his stance, saying if a parent desires their child to be vaccinated, their decision should be based on informed consent through a doctor. I'm Brian Shook.
Community leaders in Memphis are pushing to block Elon Musk's XAI project over concerns about air pollution from planned gas turbines. At a Monday press conference, State Representative Justin Pearson, a Democrat, urged officials to deny the company's air permit.
Smog is going to be at its highest during the summer. And so we're going to see more people triggered with respiratory illnesses.
Mayor Paul Young supports the investment, but Pearson calls it harmful and misleading. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code AIRPORT25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code AIRPORT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code AIRPORT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
A bill that would allow medically assisted suicide for the terminally ill is now headed to New York Governor Kathy Hochul's desk, but it's unclear if she'll sign it. Natalie Migliori reports.
The state Senate voted 35-27 in favor of the Medical Aid in Dying Act, which allows a doctor to prescribe life-ending drugs to patients with 6 months or less to live. Despite opposition from members of the Catholic Church and disability activists, the bill has great support from families who have watched their loved ones suffer at the end of their lives. Governor Hochul's team says she's reviewing the legislation, but if she were to sign off on the measure, New York would become the 12th state to approve medically assisted suicide.
Immigration advocates in Lower Manhattan are protesting ICE immigration raids and a Trump administration travel ban that took effect on Monday. Scott Pringle reports.
Protesters gathered in Foley Square to denounce ICE enforcement crackdown efforts in Los Angeles and elsewhere.
The Trump administration has gone too far. This is an abuse of power and tarnishes our democracy.
And this administration continues to trample on our U.S. Constitution.
Meanwhile, a Trump administration travel ban is now in effect from 12 countries, including Iran and Afghanistan. There's also a partial ban in place from 7 additional countries. The Trump administration says this is an effort to fight terrorism.
The president wants to deposit $1,000 in so-called Trump accounts for newborn Americans. Lisa Taylor with more.
The money would come mostly from employers to their employees, and U.S. citizens born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 will be eligible. The CEOs of Uber, Dell, and Goldman Sachs joined Trump at a White House business roundtable to announce their participation. The Trump accounts will track the overall stock market, and it's part of the president's big, beautiful bill that's making its way to a Senate vote.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
As the cornerstone of a free society, the Mercer County Public Library serves the entire community as a center that meets learning and recreational needs through quality materials and service in an atmosphere that's welcoming and respectful. The Mercer County Public Library offers a variety of free materials and services, such as books, magazines, CDs, DVDs, audiobooks, newspapers, computers with internet access, programs, and workshops. To be in the know, go to your Mercer County Public Library, West Lexington Street, open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday 9 to 5, Tuesday and Thursday 9 to 7:30.
Hello, it's Dr. Matthew Duggar with Matthew Duggar Eye Care in Harrodsburg. Let me tell you about our affordable eyewear pricing. If you just need distance or near only glasses, we offer a frame, thinner lens, and non-glare coating for $119. We offer a frame, Zeiss Progressive No-Line Bifocal, and thinner lens with non-glare coating for $299. We want you to feel comfortable coming to our office to buy glasses. To schedule an eye exam with me, Dr. Matthew Duggar in Harrodsburg, call 859-605-2214. The
WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by your Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg and Outdoor Power and Hardware of Harrodsburg for their weekly and monthly specials. North College Street.
Sunny today with a high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny on Wednesday, high of 82. Wednesday night, mostly clear, low of 60. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 86. Friday, chance of showers mainly after 2, partly sunny, high of 85. Saturday, chance of showers and thunderstorms early, then showers likely, possible thunderstorm after 2, mostly cloudy, high of 85. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Sunday, mostly cloudy, high of 84. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Monday, mostly cloudy, high of 83. Right now, under partly cloudy skies, we have 65 degrees in Harrodsburg at 8:08.5. Good Tuesday morning to you. This is the 10th day of June. Radio Rick and Super Dave, glad to have you along on WHBN AM and FM and HometownLive.net. Birthdays, anniversaries, road situations in Harrodsburg, Mercer County, and Bergen, and song requests are gladly taken at 859-734-4321, 734-4321. Giving away another DQ ice cream cake Friday morning before 10 o'clock. For those having a birthday or anniversary between the 7th and the 13th, we have Doris Bartleson and Kay Carpenter registered to win that. Birthdays for today, we have Brian Wolford, Sarah Kuchenbrod, Claudia Peters, Joe Montano, Kayla Fowler Whitehouse.
Hi, this is Reba McEntire. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God bless you. Happy birthday to you. And chocolate cake.
Oh, thank you, Reba. Don't forget the vanilla ice cream goes well with chocolate cake. Today is Alcoholics Anonymous Founders Day, Ballpoint Pen Day, National Black Cow Day, National Herbs and Spices Day, and National Iced Tea Day. Celebrate those accordingly. Now, here's your life hack. Can't find anything to watch on Netflix? Try using NetflixRoulette.net. Enter your interests, click spin. They'll choose something awesome for you to watch. Super Dave, I'll have to try that sometime. NetflixRoulette.net. And put your interest down and click spin. It's going to spin out something. You know what? I think the button's turned off, the mic button. Yeah, right here on the mic itself. On the side there, the buttons. There should be a button on the black part there. Up high. Yeah, right in that area. There's a switch. It's got turned off. Right there. There you go.
There it is.
Now you got it. All right. NetflixRoulette.net. That's pretty cool. And your positive thought, your smile is a knockout.
Well, thank you.
Well, no, I'm not talking about you.
I
just
know.
talking about it.
My smile is
Random.
terrible because I smile and you can't see my eyes half the time.
Well, have you ever thought about trimming up your beard?
That's not got nothing to do with it.
No, that's just a statement. I just wonder if you wanted to trim your beard up, or you can make a little highway down the middle or something and pull it back.
Well, it's almost got a parting right here.
Yeah, the parting of the ways. Yeah. Well, we're going to part the ways here with more great information coming your way. We have got Vaught's Views, Steve Bertram's Sports Report.
Yeah.
Amanda Mace-Bledsoe, our state senator, should be stopping by. 8:45, random facts from David Hopewell. 8:50, we'll try to catch up with Rich, Harrisburg Tire and Automotive. Then after the 9 o'clock news and weather forecast, Hope for Harrisburg Food Pantry. I have some people talking about that. And after the 9:30 news and weather forecast, Alexander Roti, Funeral Home with Tanya Schroeder. So that's where we're at. 3 more days till we light that fuse and start another weekend together. So it leaves me to tell you kids, sit back, relax, and watch the pictures fly through the air on this Tuesday, June 10th. Good morning.
To work again, there's no more fun. Staying out all night and sleeping late was nice. I'm left with those. Back to work woes. I'll cry 'cause it's Tuesday. Long weekends are far too few. I return to my old work days. Long weekend, I miss you.
All right, Super Dave said he's got a super joke for us.
Yeah, I just had a request sent to me through my Facebook.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stay on the air with you anyway.
Okay.
You
Guess
get
what?
that, don't you?
Vox Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Last November, Kentucky offensive line coach Eric Wolford explained how much he liked redshirt freshman tackle Malachi Wood and true freshman guard Ava Selm. Back in September, Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops said he had unbelievable confidence in Wolford, and one reason was because of the way he could recruit. Yes, the same Eric Wolford who bailed out on Kentucky after his 10-win season in 2021 to take a job at Alabama, but then got a chance to return to Kentucky last year after he lost his job at Alabama because him and Stoops are friends. His return to Kentucky last year was not exactly glorious, and the offensive line was blamed for a lot of UK's offensive woes. Even though Stoops praised Wolford's recruiting abilities, Kentucky went into the transfer portal to bring in 5 new offensive linemen for next season.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
The only competition that really matters is you versus you. And with the performance of Veltima fungicide from BASF, you can take your best results even further. Veltima fungicide is on your side to out-yield the competition by an average of 7 bushels per acre, but you've never been average. Beat your own record, get every bushel you deserve, and make this your best season yet with Veltima fungicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
Most Kentucky fans are very pessimistic about the 2025 season. So what does Mark Stoops do? He gives his friend a $100,000 raise to $900,000 per year and also gave him another year on the contract. I have no idea what prompted Mark Stoops to make that decision, but based on results or even expected results, it makes no sense. And from all I've heard from Kentucky fans, it certainly is not a decision that Big Blue fans understand or appreciate either.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Jan Briscoe from Royalty Florist and Gifts.
I still do interior design, so we can help you out with from your home decor, or we have our own website, royaltyfloraldesigns.com. Go there and some of our own personal design that can help you select something that's just right for you. Phone number is 734-3339, 734-3339, and our website is royaltyfloraldesigns.com. So any of your major wire services that are out there, contact them, 1-800-FLOWERS, and they'll make sure that we get the order.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. ESPN is reporting that Kentucky football assistant Vince Marrow is leaving UK and going to Louisville. WKYT-TV says that UK told them only that Marrow has not officially resigned. The ESPN report said that Marrow would become the general manager of the U of L football program and would oversee roster management, recruiting, and the transfer portal. Merrill's listed as UK's associate head coach, tight ends coach, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison. He's been with Mark Stoops' staff since Stoops arrived in December of 2012. Merrill had turned down an offer to be the head football coach at Bowling Green earlier this year. Despite the news about Marrow, UK football picked up its third commit from the class of 2026 yesterday. Three-star wide receiver Prince Jean from Valdosta, Georgia, selected the Wildcats over several other schools, including Mississippi State, Georgia, Virginia, and Kansas State. Murray State is headed to the NCAA's College Baseball World Series. The Racers downed Duke last night 5-4 to advance to their first ever trip to Omaha. Murray State will play UCLA this Saturday. The other matchups, Louisville versus Oregon State, Arkansas versus LSU, and Coastal Carolina versus Arizona. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati manager Terry Francona beat his former team in Cleveland again last night 7-4. The Reds have beaten the Guardians in all four meetings this season under Francona. Jake Fraley and T.J. Friedel homered for the Reds. Elsewhere, two losing streaks ended in the National League Monday. Chris Sale struck out 11 as the Braves ended their 7-game skid with a 7-1 win at the Brewers. The Phillies halted their 5-game slide by edging the Cubs 4-3 in 11 innings. It was the Dodgers 8, Padres 7, Pirates 10, Marlins 3, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Rays 10, Red Sox 8, Diamondbacks 8, Mariners 4, and Angels 7, Athletics 4. In the Stanley Cup Finals last night in Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers crushed Edmonton 7-1. Florida leads the Oilers 2-1. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Isn't it time life got more exciting and easier? The Willows at Harrodsburg offers new luxury patio homes. Coming soon, enjoy carefree senior living. We handle all maintenance. More time for you to explore premium amenities, enjoy community events, and use our concierge service. Discover our pet-friendly community for vibrant, elegant living. Ask about special options and extras for our founding members. See what's waiting. Visit willowsatharrodsburg.com. That's willowsatharrodsburg.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by the Old Bus Station Restaurant, offering good old-fashioned home cooking. Open for breakfast at 6 weekdays and Saturday at 8. The Old Bus Station Restaurant on South Greenville Street in Harrodsburg.
Sunny today with a high of 79. It's going to be mostly clear tonight and a low of 56. Sunny tomorrow, high of 82. Tomorrow night's going to be mostly clear with a low of 60. Mostly sunny on Thursday and a high of 86. Right now we have mostly cloudy skies, 66 degrees in Harrodsburg at 8:20 as we await Senderman Mace Bledsoe to give us a call. Be one of the first to conquer Soaky Mountain Water Park's newest water slide, Rafters Rage, a 6-person raft ride with speeds up to 19 miles an hour. Visit SoakyMountainWaterPark.com for tickets and more information. With your back, that probably wouldn't be a good idea for you to go on. Even though it sounds like that would be fun, but I can just see everybody being thrown around at 19 miles an hour in a raft.
I definitely don't need nothing like that.
No. But you definitely need something like this.
Especially after hitting the ground the other night.
Yeah. June savings, the June swoon at your DQ Grill and Chill. $4 breakfast includes a drink. $7 meals. So this is a great deal here. You get an original cheeseburger, 3-piece chicken strips, or queso burger, your choice. It comes with fries, drink, and a sundae for just $7. And mix and match, Super Dave. 2 for $5. 2-piece chicken strip, original cheeseburger, 5-ounce sundae, regular fries, any size soft drink, pretzel sticks with queso, any 2 for just $5. And they've got the DQ Blizzard cakes, which are delicious. Oreo, Reese's my favorite. Choco.
Hush, I want one of those.
Choco brownie, cookie dough. For any of your favorite flavors with enough notice. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else that we have at your DQ Grill and Chill for June. New Superman Blizzard treat.
Hey.
What about that? Cake butter cookie dough, sugar cookie dough, and cake butter flavors and sprinkles.
Yeah, Super Dave Blizzard.
Yeah, there you go.
Or somebody just bring Super Dave a Blizzard.
Dipped strawberry cheesecake, cheesecake pieces, chocolate chunks, and strawberry. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Cotton candy sprinkles, s'mores, marshmallow-filled DQ chocolate bars, and graham crackers. Harrodsburg, DQ is proud to celebrate Father's Day. You do that with a DQ cake. You want to get Dad something sweet. That would be the good thing to get him. Confetti cakes. Cake pieces, confetti frosting, mint Oreo cookies and cool mint, chocolate chip, cookie dough, and fudge, Choco Brownie Extreme, brownie pieces, Choco Chunks, and Choco Fudge, and Turtle Pecan Cluster.
Oh, that sounds good.
With chocolate chunks, caramel, and they got the French toast sticks, 4 sticks in syrup, French toast breakfast bowl. Let's try one of those. Eggs, 2 pieces of sausage, shredded cheese, and 3 halves of French toast sticks. DQ breakfast bowls, hash brown, sausage, or bacon and eggs, cheese, grilled onions, your choice of salsa or gravy. And in the month of June, Super Dave, donate your coins to the Children's Miracle Treat canisters. This will go to the local children's hospital. So very good stuff Barbara Montgomery does at your local DQ Grill and Chill. Well, I guess we will go ahead and Amanda Mays Bledsoe maybe in a meeting or something. Let me check my phone, see if I've got a message. I do not. Well, in the meantime, we'll go ahead and play a song while I wait. You know what? Hold on. We got one. You wanted All-American, Alabama. Let's do that one instead. By request for Super Dave.
There's a strip mall around the corner, police signs in every window, and fear in almost all my neighbors' eyes. There's a disconnect between the politicians and the people. We know half the time they're gonna lie. side. There's no us and there's no them. We're all out there on a limb. There's no kings and there's no queens, just a pot of melted dreams. What makes us so quick to fight? No one wants to compromise. Sometimes it's all so hard to understand. Aren't we all American? We can't agree on nothing, even as our country's is hanging in the balance by a thread. There's bonuses for bosses and bankers hiding losses, while our leaders close their eyes and turn their heads. Aren't we all on the same side? What if my son's class was closing down? My brother's house, the bank sold out. My father's farm we could not save. My mother lost her job today. My wife just sent tuitions more. Another year we can't afford. So our daughter's dropping out of school. If this was me, what would I do? There's no us and there's no them. We're all out there on a limb. There's no kings and there's no queens, just a pot of melted dreams. What makes us so quick to fight? No one wants to compromise. Well, sometimes it's all so hard to understand. Get back to being neighbors and friends. Aren't we all American?
Alabama, All American. It's a pretty good song there, Super Dave. Not heard that before. Okay, well, I believe we have got our state senator coming in right now. Is this our state senator? Yeah, it's got to be with that applause. She takes the Super Dave. She takes this crowd that they just follow her around, I think.
Hey, Dude. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I was doing a TV interview, and it ran just a tad over.
TV interview. Don't they know who we are here, that the TV comes before us?
I did explain to them that it was a very important call.
Yeah, I'm sure that really shook them to the core, didn't it?
They don't know how important you all are.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure we are either. But anyway, what do you think? What's going on in California? What do you think about that?
Good night. What a mess.
Yes.
I mean, it is terrifying. I'll be honest. I was watching the news coverage, and I thought they were talking about something in the Middle East. Because I just walked by and I wasn't really paying where it was. Yeah. And then I said, that's in L.A.? It is absolutely, I mean, if I lived there, I would be terrified.
Well, yeah. And, and I don't think it could just happen only in L.A. I mean, this could happen around here. If, I don't know how people react. I don't know all the details of everything, but they sure are not doing it very peacefully.
No, they're not. Peaceful demonstrations of protest is what makes a democracy healthy.
Yeah.
And I think we work really hard, and I think over the last decade of when we've had a lot of unrest and civil unrest and frustration, and we've worked really hard to make sure that when you want to protest and have your voice be heard, if you will, in a physical way, that we do so safely and mindful of the public safety for other people who maybe not want to participate. That is critical to a democracy's health. It's absolutely vital. And I watch that and I just think, this is not a positive thing.
No.
It really is not. I don't know how else to describe it, but it concerns me, and I know it concerns other people, especially those in law enforcement, who think about how to create safe spaces and provide the public safety. It can get out of control so quickly.
Yeah, and I just wonder how much of this is just, you go and you look at social media that just kind of incites more stuff, and people, and it's okay for people to have opinions and different opinions on stuff, but leave it at opinions. Again, when we got our police force and now the National Guard and maybe Marines that are all going to get involved here, and this should not be America. Let me put it that way.
I agree with you. I really do. That's the part that makes me the most concerned is when you think about the National Guard comes in, when they need to help with matters of unrest or security, or you think about a natural disaster. But activating the military guard, that's a whole different thing on U.S. soil. So there's some real dominoes here that I think are really concerning.
Yep, and I don't know how this is going to play out when you put more force with force. That usually does not equal a good ending.
We talk a lot in Fayette County about de-escalation. When for a while we had quite a lot of gang violence and gang on gangs, and it was kind of, they were on a really bad tear for a little while in the summer a couple of years ago. And we talked often about how do you try to de-escalate, because the more you put gasoline on fire, sometimes the fear of wanting to stop something, you make it worse. You raise everyone's anxiety, and it doesn't help. And so I think that providing that training is so important, especially in communities where you have high densities and high passion, high emotion. It's very, when you train in war, that is very different than when you train in a police mindset, which typically is to get the situation under control, de-escalate the situation, provide safety. That's different than going to war with somebody. But I don't know either. But I'm definitely concerned.
And I know people are frustrated. They've got concerns about things that are said and done with the presidency right now, and that's not the way to try to change things.
That's right. It is not. We how many times have we said if you disagree with something that any elected official is doing, you have the right to take it to them, and raise concerns and share with others. But how you do so is the privilege of having a democracy.
Yep. And not overuse it or use it in the wrong way for the wrong reasons. That sometimes people don't get the full truth. They need to understand everything, both sides, before they kind of draw sides,
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Can I throw something in here real
Go
quick
ahead, Super Dave.
about what's going on out there? And but I know we're talking about the Los Angeles area. It's been a real rough year out there because they've already had those fires out there this year, and now this. It's really been a rough time out there this year. So, was just thinking about that. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that.
Well, it's been tragic. I mean, fires are also something that give you loss of control. They lose loss of property, loss of space. I mean, we watch that for sure. And you think about when times of unrest, it typically happens, those emotions get heightened when you feel threatened and when you feel lost and loss of control, loss of food, lots of economics, and there's lots of things that do that. And they definitely are having out there, they've had quite a bit of unrest the last couple of years. And so those things feed off each other. And again, when you lose things of value and you've been fighting for survival, for fighting for safety, and then to have those kinds of things continue, it just kind of piles on each other. It's a lot to handle.
It most definitely is. I noticed they're trying to bring down, I think there's a bill, I think Rand Paul and a couple others are trying to bring down the cost of the drugs. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not lately.
Okay.
But that does not mean that it's not there. I just haven't been following that particular piece of legislation lately.
Well, that sure would be helpful to a lot of people. That it seems like so many people are on more medications now, and I don't know if it's more than it ever was before, but it just seems like that it's more and more prevalent everywhere you go and everywhere you turn.
Well, that's definitely true, and I think the cost of medicine is certainly concerning, especially as more families have less means and income to spend on all the things when food goes up and et cetera. So I'm certainly in favor of getting the cost down for drugs as well.
Yeah, I just hope you don't rob Peter to pay Paul. You lower one end and then you raise something else in the other, and it seems like we always end up doing that.
That is not helpful.
No, you don't gain anything.
No, you do not. No, we do not.
Any other thoughts that you had, anything that you wanted to speak of?
No, just this week, I'm in Louisville, actually, just heading there today to speak on artificial intelligence in state government, which is something that I speak on a lot on behalf of the caucus across the state. I think this week is also the first meeting of tobacco oversight, which I sit on with Representative Kim King, which is always fun. Works through accountability on how our tobacco money is distributed throughout the state. So there's quite a bit going on in summer meetings, and there's been quite a bit going on in Fayette County. So just trying to keep up with all the things. And if you're following and you want to come meet with us sometime, please send me an email at amanda.maysbledsoe@gov. Happy to spend some time with those who want to talk about some issues in the interim.
Very good. We always look forward to talking with you on Tuesday mornings, and we'll do it again next week.
Sounds good. I apologize for being a few late. Thankful for
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's our state senator, Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Now, here is the man with the state of the news. His name is Joe Mathis.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim Adele Health is offering 2 separate health screenings this Saturday. First in Danville, where they'll be offering a free hernia screening day this Saturday. It'll be at Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center, where not only screenings will take place that day from 9 to 11 on the second floor, but also experts will share information about the condition. The screening is free, but pre-registration is recommended by calling 859-239-2010. That same day, Ephraim will offer health screenings at the Carpenters Christian Church in Harrodsburg. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, mental health, and take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are recommended by calling 859-734-0670. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. And the Boyle Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm Joe Mathis.
April Ellis, 101 Business Solutions.
We offer what you need to get your business running. If you need help designing social media posts, we can do that. You need a paper towel dispenser installed, we can do that too. Checks and journals, pens, everything you need to keep your business going each day. That's what we do. You can just give us a call, 734-2726. You can email us at orders@come2101.com. You can reach us through our Facebook page and Twitter and Instagram.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Here are the obituaries. Burchell Dwayne Shoemaker, age 72 of Harrodsburg, died Thursday. He was the husband of 51 years to Joyce Snipe Shoemaker. Visitation is Monday from 5 until 8 and Tuesday from 7. And the time of the service at 1 o'clock at Alexander Royalty Funeral Home. Marion Julia Bonham Mattingly, age 82 of Harrodsburg, died Saturday, May the 17th. She was the wife of John Bonham. A graveside service is Saturday, June 14th at Spring Hill Cemetery Pavilion. Sims Funeral Services is in charge of the arrangements. And those today's obituaries on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM WHBN.
You discover smooth spring savings at your Napa of Harrodsburg. Napa Performer battery, 18 months free replacement, just $132.99. Mobile One Advanced Fuel Economy Motor Oil Synthetic 5 quarts start at $34.99. Mobile One High Mileage Motor Oil 5W30 Full Synthetic 5 quarts US $35.99. Napa Full Synthetic Oil 5 quarts for $22.99. Napa Performer Beam Wiper Blades starting at $9.14. Your one-stop shop for real savings at your Harrodsburg Napa located on North College Street.
Pioneer Pawn Shop is Harrodsburg's answer in getting cash fast. See how much cash you can get for your items, whether it's silver, gold, or anything of value. Looking to sell or to get a loan? Pioneer Pawn has the cash for you. When getting a loan, there's no stress. Pioneer Pawn works with you. Top dollar loans. Pioneer Pawn Shop is Harrodsburg's answer in getting cash fast. Visit Pioneer Pawn in Harrodsburg on North College Street, next to Dr. Jennifer Nichols' dentistry office. Come by when you need cash fast at Pioneer Pawn Shop.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smokin' Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smokin' Bourbon, where you can smoke, sip, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open.
They're celebrating spring at Danville Bike and Footwear, located in beautiful downtown Danville. Your destination for bikes, shoes, and a full line of garment products. For the cycling enthusiast, they feature Trek and Specialized. Get ready for the cycling season with a new bike or a tune-up. Are you considering an e-bike? Danville Bike and Footwear has you covered. If you're out for a run or just a stroll, come in and get fitted for running, trail, or supportive walking shoes. Danville Bike and Footwear, a place where adventure and comfort ride together.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Horn Home Supply, a trusted name for quality service and a fair price for over 40 years. See Matt Horn at Horn Home Supply in Harrodsburg, South College Street.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny tomorrow, high of 82. Mostly clear tomorrow night, low of 60. Mostly sunny on Thursday and a high of 86. Right now, under mostly cloudy skies, we have 67 degrees in Harrodsburg. All right, Super Dave. You got another request. This is, tell us about Conway, what this song is called.
Well, this was never a single release. It was just a song on a 1975 album called The High Priest of Country Music, and it's the last song on the album. And I just love it. So I figured, somebody out there may have never heard this. So it's called I'm Going Crazy, and She's Just Going.
My request for Super Dave, Conway.
Cried tears of regret, not like this. I've had heartaches before, not like this. For a long time I've been knowing that our love has just stopped growing. I'm going crazy. She's just going. I know she only loves me in my mind. For really she has loved me her last time. All my dreams just lead me on, 'cause I know she'll soon be gone. I'm going crazy. She just tried to hang on to a love already gone. I'm going crazy. She's just going.
There we go. I'm going crazy and she's just going. That was old Conway.
Yep.
Pretty decent tune there, Super Dave.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I love that whole album.
Are you ready for this?
Of course.
Hello, everybody. This is David Hopewell with State Farm Insurance. Welcome to Random Facts with Radio Rick.
Now, Super Dave, you've heard of Weird Al Yankovic?
Oh, yeah.
He has one top 10 single, and sadly, it is an Amish Paradise, which peaked at number 53. It's White and Nerdy, which climbed to number 9 in 2006. It parodies the song Riding with Jamila Moore and Crazy Bone. Weird Al's next highest chart was Eat It, which got to number 12 in 1984.
He's done some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, good takeoffs. Elephants grow 6 different sets of teeth in their lives. Once the 6th one falls out, they die of starvation. Can't they get some false teeth for the elephants? Diet Pepsi isn't vegan, but Pepsi won't say what animal ingredient uses it keeps from being vegan because that's, quote, commercially sensitive information. I know they put animal in that Diet Pepsi. For almost 60 years, the Beatles were the only artists that ever had 5 songs in the top 5 spots on the Billboard chart simultaneously. April 4th, 1964, the top 5 were Can't Buy Me Love, Twist and Shout, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Please, Please Me. But thanks to 2 chart changes in streaming, it's happened 4 times in the last 4 years. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and Taylor Swift twice. America had laws against animal abuse before there were laws against child abuse. Well, that doesn't make any sense. But this makes good sense here. We're going to try to catch up with Rich from Harrisburg Tire and Automotive when? Right after these.
Get that graduate something special or the Father's Day gift you've been wanting at B&O Jewelers. They've increased their buying power for you. They're loyal customers at the Big Deals online store. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&O Jewelers for just $29, or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price, is $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville. Get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
It's here. It's open. It's what you need to get through your day. It's Starbucks, now in Harrodsburg, located at the Campbellsville University behind the clock tower. Open Monday through Friday. Starbucks, it's the coffee for connoisseurs and the comfort for your daily tours. Starbucks, located at the Campbellsville University in Harrodsburg.
Hi, this is Don, your small business marketing expert. It's never been more important to keep in touch with current and potential customers. So whether you need to let your current customers know that you're open, get new customers for your business, or just generate more cash flow, radio can help. And radio dominates the car. Over 80% of people in their cars overwhelmingly use radio before going shopping. No other media comes close. Also, if the budget is important, radio has the best ROI of any media. That's right, it beats the internet, TV, billboard, and all other media. Your dollars reach more people and work harder with radio. So call us today and find out how radio can help grow your business.
Hi, I'm Robert Wagner, General Manager at Hometown Radio Network. Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Radio Rick in the morning on WHBN.
Okay, well, something didn't go right. Let me try this again. Let me try getting this correctly. Obviously, I didn't dial it right the first time.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Rich, it's Radio Rick at WHBN. If you get an opportunity, give me a call before 9 o'clock, 859-734-4321. Thank you. Goodbye. All right, we'll go ahead and do Bob Seger by request. This is Turn the Page.
East of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out his one-note song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. See, here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode.
I believe, could this be Rich from Harrodsburg Tire and Automotive?
This is, sir. How are you doing today?
Fine. How is Rich doing?
I'm doing well. Sorry, the last couple of weeks we've just been super busy, so I didn't get a chance to get on last week. So how's everything with you?
Just radioactive.
Awesome.
Well, that's good. That beats the alternative if you're busy.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. Yes, very fortunate.
Well, tell us what have been coming in doing? What have been needing, Rich?
Well, it's been a variety of stuff. Like we talked about before, a lot of people getting ready to go on their vacations. So, we're talking about fluids and tires and brakes and safety items. Just getting ahead of stuff before they head out of town.
Right.
Stuff that they could be putting off and thinking like it's going to be something really detrimental, and it's not. It's something minor. Them tire sensors are being pretty active here lately. Customers are, the lights are on, but the good news is that they're actually, acting on it, and and it just adjusting tire pressure in most cases, and some of them it needs a sensor, but they're serving their purpose and in that way. So we got always got sale on tires and some rebates going on different manufacturers. But we still do our promo, we call it, where you just come in, we'll check all your fluids, your air pressure, and just give you a visual rundown of what's going on with it, so you can get a peace of mind. There is no charge for that. So air is free. So you're welcome to stop by any time, and we will set you up.
And you know what, Rich? If you got hot air, you need to get your cold air checked, because especially if you're going to go on vacation, there's no worse feeling when you got kids and you got no cold air coming in the car.
That's exactly right. Yes, air conditioning is key. So those are, and then we're doing the AC check where we'll drop the thermostat in the middle. Center vent is usually where you want to read that, and then see exactly where you're at, making sure your cabin filter plays a big role in air conditioning. So if you have one that's stopped up and it's going to restrict air coming out of the vents, so people sometimes are like, well, how can you associate that? Well, the cabin filter actually goes through the heater box that then essentially comes out of the vents to the cabin. So it's the very last thing it goes through. So if it's clogged up, it'll restrict airflow, make the air conditioning do multiple duty cycles. So you don't want that. You want it to be pretty much restriction free. And that's just basic maintenance. That's your air filters, inside what you breathe, the outside for your engine, what it breathes. Everything, stays clean. The likelihood of it lasting and working for you long term is a lot more, significant than not.
And it's really critical when you are going to go on vacation to get everything checked over. We all have great intentions of checking all the fluids and checking the belts and the hoses, but sometimes we don't and the tires. We don't get around to doing that. So it's really a smart decision to go ahead and make sure that you've got peace of mind and that you don't have a breakdown in the middle of nowhere and out of town or even out of state.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And then to follow up with what you're saying is, think about it like this. If you bought your tires here, it's a free rotation. Get the wheels off of it. Let you know what everything's going on, suspension wise, brake wise, before you head out of town. If you didn't purchase the tires here, it's only $20. I pull the wheels off, check the brakes, give you an exact measurement of where your brake linings are, roughly, how much time you have left on that, and then that, just those little things, just those little small things that, when you're getting ready to go on vacation, just think about your car, which I know I'm just as bad. I'll go on vacation, I think about any of that, but it's really good if you can just set a mental reminder to just have like a checkoff list. And on that checkoff list, just have your vehicle in there somewhere to tell you where to tell you where you're at. So all those things kind of play a big role in getting ready for the summer, winter, any seasonal change. You want to make sure that you take advantage of what we are offering here is just a service to you, the community. 1054 North College Street here in Harrodsburg. Come on over, air checks, fluid check, pop your air filter, see what it looks like, and then give you actual printout and some documentation on where your vehicle is before you go on vacation, and just everyday driving, whichever you want to do.
And make sure to ask about any tire rebates available, too. Maybe you can cross-reference something to get for your vehicle the tires that you need for the driving conditions that you have.
That is correct. Absolutely. Just making sure you cover all your bases for your vehicle needs. And if you have any questions, it's 859-734-4563. Anybody here can help you. Pull up to a door or give us a call, and we'll help you.
7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes, that is the hours.
Wow, that's pretty good for me because I didn't even write that down.
Yep.
All right, Rich. We always look forward to talking to you, and we'll do it again next Tuesday if you not get too busy.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. Rich Odell from Harrodsburg Tire and Automotive. You are getting it on WHBN Harrodsburg. The Rooster, your community voice, and proud of it since 1955. We're heard on FM 99.5, AM 1420. On the World Wide Web at hometownlive.net. Check out our online store. It saves you 20, 30, up to 50%. And extra savings, you put the word DAD in, 15% extra. hometownlive.net. Click on Big Deals. It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. LAPD says federal help in dealing with anti-immigration enforcement protests isn't necessary. Police Chief Jim McDonald said that having military forces in the city without clear coordination will present a significant challenge for officers trying to keep the city safe. The chief said the city has decades of experience handling large-scale demonstrations. And LA Mayor Karen Bass wants military out of her city.
There is absolutely nothing going on that requires the military. Our combined forces in law enforcement with the sheriffs, the CHP, and LAPD is enough to handle this. And so now bringing in the military, something that is unprecedented in our country, bringing the military in is just going to aggravate the situation more.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is condemning violence in the LA immigration enforcement protests. More from Mark Mayfield.
At a news briefing, Sheinbaum urged the Mexican community in the U.S. to stay peaceful. At the same time, she promised her government has an unwavering commitment to the protection and defense of the human rights of Mexicans, regardless of their immigration status. She said immigrants deserve due process in the U.S. and said Mexico would use all diplomatic channels to make its position clear. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The United States and China are continuing their efforts to avoid an all-out trade war. Laura Westbrook reports top officials from both countries are in London for a second day of trade talks.
President Donald Trump indicated that the first day of talks were encouraging, telling reporters that he was only getting good reports. The U.S. says China has been too slow to release exports of rare earth metals and magnets.
Those are essential for manufacturing a variety of items, including smartphones and electric cars. China's concerns include access to high-tech American products such as computer chips and student visas for Chinese students. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This is Matt Jones with KSR, and summertime is finally here. So whether you ride, pedal, walk, or drive, Kentuckians are reminded to follow the rules of the road as traffic increases across the state. Buckle up, put your phone down, obey the speed limit, and always travel sober. If riding a bike or motorcycle, wear a helmet. If you're walking, stay visible. Let's work together for the safety of everyone using our roadways. Be safe, Kentucky. It's brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Office of Highway Safety.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Blake Lively's lawsuit against It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni is moving forward after a federal judge dismissed Baldoni's $400 million countersuit. Sam Brock with more.
Baldoni's countersuit came just 2 weeks after Lively sued him and others tied to the film for sexual harassment and a coordinated campaign to ruin her reputation, which Baldoni denies.
Baldoni had also included Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, and the New York Times in his suit. The judge rejected Baldoni's claim that Lively's accusations were part of a campaign to defame him, but said he could refile his contract-related complaints by June 23rd. Lively's lawsuit against Baldoni is set for trial in March. New York lawmakers have voted to approve a bill that would legalize assisted suicide across the state. Tammy Trujillo with more.
The controversial legislation, dubbed the Medical Aid in Dying Act, was designed to allow a doctor to prescribe life-ending drugs to people with 6 months or less to live. The state Senate voted 35-27 in favor of the measure. Its future, though, with Governor Kathy Hochul, remains unclear. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Thousands of NIH scientists are demanding a reversal to drastic changes made at the agency. More from Lisa Taylor.
More than 2,000 staffers issued a letter addressed to their director titled the Bethesda Declaration and said, "We dissent to administration policies that undermine the NIH mission, waste public resources, and harm the health of Americans and people across the globe." The agency's director responded to the letter by saying changes have been made in effort to remove ideological influence from science, and he added, "As NIH priorities evolve, so must our staffing to stay mission-focused and responsibly manage taxpayer dollars."
Eminem is suing Meta, saying it allows the use of his songs without permission. The lawsuit was filed Friday in federal court. He's seeking $110 million. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim Adele Health is offering 2 separate health screenings this Saturday. First in Danville, where they'll be offering a free hernia screening day this Saturday. It'll be at Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center, where not only screenings will take place that day from 9 to 11 on the second floor, but also experts will share information about the condition. The screening is free, but pre-registration is recommended by calling 859-239-2010. That same day, Ephraim will offer health screenings at the Carpenters Christian Church in Harrodsburg. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, mental health, and take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are recommended by calling 859-734-0670. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. And the Boyle Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm Joe Mathis.
Hey everybody, this is Derek Gray with the Mercer County Tourist Commission, and we are excited for our new app, Visit Mercer County KY. Head on over to the App Store, type in Visit Mercer County KY. You should see the new city logo with the navy background and the white H. Home screen here has attractions, food and drink, lodging, to-do, events, my plan, login, notifications, and tutorials. We are excited about the app, and whether you're a local or a visitor, we hope this enhances your experience when you come to Mercer County.
Lee Kirkland, and I live in Harrisburg. We're with Welch Homes because I've known Christy since I was a child. She's always been such a good friend and a good person, so I decided to go with her on selling our first home, and she did such a great job for us that we ended up selling and buying about 4 properties through her. She made everything happen quickly, and everything was smoothly, and I would recommend Welch Homes to anybody who is trying to purchase or sell their property.
Welch Homes Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Homes.
This WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Ransdell Funeral Chapel. Our goal is and always will be to provide the best value in funeral service available. Exceptional care from a trusted family name, Ransdell Funeral Chapel.
Thank you, Sonny. It's going to be sunny Ransdell today with a high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny Ransdell tomorrow. High of 82. Tomorrow night's going to be mostly clear, low of 60. Mostly sunny Thursday, high of 86. Friday, got a chance of showers, mainly after 2, partly sunny, high of 85. Chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday early, then showers likely. Possible thunderstorm after 2, mostly cloudy with a high of 85. Showers and thunderstorms are likely on Sunday, mostly cloudy, high of 84. And on Monday, showers and thunderstorms likely, mostly cloudy with a high of 83. Right now, under partly cloudy skies, we have 68 degrees in Harrodsburg at 9:08.5. Good Tuesday morning. This is the 10th day of June. Radio Rick, glad to be along with you. Thanking you so much for making us a part of your Tuesday morning on WHBN AM and FM and HometownLive.net. Birthdays, anniversaries, and road situations going on can be called in at 859-734-4321, 734-4321. We are giving away another DQ ice cream cake on Friday morning before 10 o'clock for those having a birthday or anniversary between the 7th and 13th. We have Rebecca and Perry Buchanan, Kay Carpenter, and Doris Bartleson all registered to win the DQ ice cream cake. Birthdays, we got Brian Wolford, Sarah Kuchenbrod, Claudia Peters, Joe Mantano, Kayla Fowler-Whitehouse, Cassandra Baker, Patrina Hensley, and happy 42nd anniversary, Rebecca and Perry Buchanan. Now, I've got a special guest here with me this morning. And hang on just a second as I want to get this ready to go. Come on, you can do it. Computer's running very slow for some reason this morning here. All right, and we are ready to go. All right, we have got Patsy Owen Owens with an S. Patsy, tell everybody who you're with and a little about you. First off, move my phone a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
good morning. I'm Patsy Owens. I am one of the directors,
right there.
Secretary Treasurer of Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry. We are a Christian-based food pantry located in Harrodsburg, but we are open to all of Mercer County residents, so please come in and see us. We are Christian-based. We serve the forgotten middle class, is who we like to say, because it's the people who fall through the cracks that earn just too much money to qualify for any assistance, but we're here to help with that.
So, where have you hailed from? Where have you been and lived, and now you're settled here in Harrisburg, Mercer County?
Well, actually, I'd like to say the hurricanes blew me in.
Oh.
We still have a home in North Fort Myers, Florida. It got completely destroyed in Hurricane Ian. We lived in a camper for 11 months while we put it back together. So I can completely relate and feel for the people that got flooded here in Kentucky, the tornado victims. We know what it's like to lose absolutely everything and start over. So our prayers are with them. So we, after the hurricane, we were talking before the hurricane about moving here, and after the hurricane, probably about 2 months before we had finished rebuilding the house and we're still in the camper, my husband came across an ad for an HVAC instructor here at Campbellsville University. And he's got 35 years in AC business. We own 2 of them in Florida. And he said, hey, babe, what do you think about this? And I said, apply. And he's like, really? And he said, what are we going to do if I get the job? I said, you're going to go and we're going to move. We'll figure it out. I said, if that's where God's calling us to be, that's where we're going to go. And sure enough, they loved him. They hired him. They wanted somebody that could not only teach, but actually had practiced, hands-on, give the guys what they need. And he is absolutely in love with his job now. He loves being a teacher. The students love him, the staff there, and we're just thrilled to be here. So we're waiting for our house to sell. Please pray that it does soon.
Yes.
It's been 2 years now, and we got wiped out again in Helene and Milton.
Oh.
So that's the 3rd time. Well, this is the 4th time's a charm, because we had just finished remodeling it after we bought it 6 months later, and got wiped out by Ian and lost everything. First time this old lady's ever had brand new furniture or anything in her house, and we lost it all.
Oh.
And folks, don't think because you got insurance you're covered.
Yeah.
They don't pay.
Yeah.
They don't care. FEMA doesn't care. Christians care. The Baptists care. Churches care. Your friends and family care. Neighbors you didn't even know you had care. That's who comes to help. We see it over and over again, and you know, that's who we rely on. God put us neighbors here for a reason, and by golly, they come out and they help. So we are here. If our house sells, when our house sells, we will be looking for a piece of land to buy, and we'll design our own house and put it up.
Wow. How long has Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry been open?
We opened April 1st. We have served the public for 27 times now. They can come in on Tuesday from 3 to 7, Thursday or Friday from 10 to 2. You just need to bring your driver's license and a utility bill or your rental contract if your utilities are included in your rent, and show that you're a Mercer County resident, because it's not just Harrodsburg, it's all of Mercer County. There's no income verification, and you're free to shop. You're free to pray with us. We'll pray with you. Y'all need a prayer. I don't know anybody who couldn't use a prayer. It's a shopping-style pantry.
Okay. Like a little store, regular grocery store.
Yep, like a grocery store. You come in, you register, you get a volunteer, and you get a grocery cart, and we shop through the pantry with you. We ask you to think about what you have in your fridge or your pantry, what we can add to it to help you make nutritious meals for your family, and only take what you want and what your family will eat. We are a no-waste pantry. We do not want to waste a single ounce of food. We've put out over 6,000 pounds of food in the 27 times that we've been open. And we're growing fast, but we need some more volunteers. We need more community support. It's not cheap buying food at retail, and that's where we're at since we don't take government assistance. We do take any grants, and I've written about 3 now. We're waiting that we find out this month whether or not we've got any of them that are no strings attached grants. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
We don't want to be dictated about who we can serve.
Right.
We want to be able to help anyone that comes through our doors that's hungry, that needs it, that needs a hand up. We're here for them.
Now, you're open Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday, 3 to 7, and Thursday, 10 to 2. Is that right?
And Friday, 10 to 2.
And Friday, 10 to
Yep.
2. Okay.
Tuesday night is the only evening that I know of that any food pantry is open in Mercer County. So come on in, get your kids after work, come on in, shop, get you some groceries.
Whose idea was this to try to put something like this together? Is it?
Well, actually, through the church, my husband had been going to, because I didn't move here till about 6 months ago, and my husband had been here already a year and a half because I stayed behind to take care of the house and 100 plants that we had planted in Florida. If you don't water them, they're dead. So I stayed there to take care of the house and everything. And he moved here and got acquainted with the church. And he's always been part of the worship team. So he plays all kinds of guitars, and Bessie, his big upright bass, in the worship team. And one of the members there, he was talking to, and said that he felt called to open a food pantry, which is one of our directors, but he had no idea how to do it or where to begin. And my husband told him, "You need to talk to my wife. That's her background. She has her own archery corporation, sign corporation, manage high-rise condominiums in Florida. You want anything about business, you need to talk to her." And he did, and I thought I was just giving a little bit of business advice, but I ended up being way more than that: a director, a painter, a cleaner, a remodeler, a spokesperson, you name it. If it needs done in the pantry, I got my sleeves rolled up. I just spent 4 hours cleaning the kitchen the other day. So we getting excited, getting ready for our grand opening. So that's how it started. Was one of our directors, I'll say Patrick Ball, and another one, Matt Hughes, and myself have worked tirelessly to put this together. And it's all about the Lord and giving back, and he's just called us to help care for the people of Mercer County. We see a need between, especially food insecurity, opioid epidemic here in the county, not just this county, the whole state, country, to give back. And we're really called to have, Christians come in and pray for you. I know it's amazing how many people have come in and said, I don't know where to pray or where to go to pray. And it's like, well, if you don't have a church, you come in here, we'll pray with you. Even if you don't need groceries, you just need a prayer. Come on in, we'll pray with you.
And no income restrictions. You won't ask for pay stubs or proof of income, just a driver's license or a state ID proof that you do live in Harrisburg or Mercer County.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Requirements.
That is the only requirements.
Wow. And people can come in and get the what kind of items can people expect to find at the Hope for Harrisburg Food Pantry?
Well, you've got your canned soups that you can come in, canned vegetables, fruits, pastas, sauces, canned meats, plus frozen hamburger, ground venison, bologna, hot dogs. You have breads. You have pork and beans. We have cereals. Sometimes we have milk if it's donated, milk, cheese, and butter from donations. That's above our income to be able to get that. Right. But we're working on that. We certainly would like to in the future. Cereals, crackers, frozen vegetables. What else do we got there? Cornbread. People love their cornbread here. We go through a lot of cornbread. Well, we've went through 176 pounds of cornbread. We've went through 656 pounds of frozen meats. What else we went through? 394 pounds of bulk pasta, 507 pounds of canned sauces, 979 pounds of fresh produce, which most of that has been actually donations, which is amazing. We hope to get some more fresh produce as people's gardens start growing and producing. We're hoping that you guys would planted an extra plant and are willing to share, and would love to bring that into the pantry and we can get it out to people that need it. 188 pounds of peanut butter, and we do need peanut butter right now. Nobody's got it on sale right now, so If you can bring in jars of peanut butter, we would love to have it. So it's about 6,000 pounds of food that we went through already, just being open in April and May.
Now it says no glass jars, please. So
Yes. Yeah, we don't want anybody dropping it and getting cut. And, pretty much everything now is, squeeze bottle, packages, plastics. You don't have to get glass.
And tax-deductible donations. Now tell us about that. People want to bring food in and drop it off, that they can get something for taxes for helping.
Yep, absolutely. We are a 501c3 recognized nonprofit by the federal government. So we can give you a receipt for that. You can turn it in on your taxes and get whatever deductions along for other food places or that you donate to. So, yep, absolutely bring it in. We're tax deductible.
This is all volunteer by everyone there. Your overhead less than $1,000 a month, rent $600, utilities and insurance. 100% volunteers, no paychecks to anyone. So you can tell the need is there. They need help. They need monetary help. They need help with food items to be brought in. And to keep this going, this is, again, to give back. This is a way to give back and make other people's lives a little easier, because we all know when we go to the grocery store, it's not getting easier and easier. It just seems like the bills just keep racking up higher and higher.
Boy, they sure do. It's incredible. I mean, I'm 60, so we're looking back at what we used to spend for groceries. Yeah. What we spend on groceries used to be my car payment. I mean, it's incredible. And the amount that you're getting is very, very small in comparison. So, COVID did a real ringer on all of us, on the supply chains. The prices haven't come down since. Some of the food there's still shortages getting food in, as well as equipment and stuff. So, it's an overall domino effect. It hurt everybody. It hurt the suppliers. It hurt the food chains. It hurt the people, the truckers delivering them. Yeah. So we're all in this boat together. So if we can do anything to help, that's what we want to do.
Before we take a break, tell everybody where you're located.
We are located at 116 East Broadway Street in Harrodsburg. If you're familiar at all where the post office is and C&T Grocery, our back parking lot backs up to the post office. And if you come around the corner from the grocery store, we're right there. It's a big white building. It used to be an auction house at one time. There are two big wooden crosses on the front of it with our sign, Hope for Harrodsburg. And again, we're open Tuesdays, 3 to 7, Thursday and Friday from 10 to 2.
All right, very good. Patsy Owens is the Director, Secretary, Treasurer for Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry. We'll be back with more talk about the grand opening right after these on WHBN AM and FM. It's coming up on 923.
Hello, this is Dr. Matthew Duggar, optometrist and owner of Matthew Duggar Eye Care in Harrodsburg. We're currently accepting new patients and would love to be your next eye care provider. They'll take pride in every aspect of your visit to fit your eye care needs. We accept most vision and medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Vision Service Plan, and iMed. We have very competitive discount private pay pricing for the exam and glasses. We are located in Corral Business Center across from Southern States in Harrodsburg. Again, it's Dr. Matthew Duggar Eye Care.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the Bluegrass. We are Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Don't miss our 76th anniversary season under the stars. Our 76th season in the Bluegrass kicks off with The Game's Afoot, a Sherlock Holmes mystery, June 6th through June 28th. Sherlock Holmes meets Clue in this funny, fast-paced murder mystery comedy set in a spooky mansion with a suspiciously sublime lineup of suspects. A whodunit that will keep you guessing and giggling until the very end. Rated PG. In case of light rain, shows will continue outdoors. Rain checks will be given if show is canceled due to severe weather. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville. Dinner and show only $40. $22 for just the show. Kids rates and group discounts available. Reservations must be made online or by calling the box office, 859-236-2747, or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is 9:25. You're getting a WHBN AM and FM. We're getting Patsy Owens, Director, Secretary, Treasurer for Hope for Harrisburg Food Pantry. It is open Tuesday 3 to 7, Thursday 10 to 2, Friday 10 to 2. Again, tell everybody the location, Patsy.
We are at 116 East Broadway Street. If you know where the Harrodsburg Post Office is, our back parking lot backs right up to their parking lot, and C&T Grocery is right on the corner. Can't miss us. We're a nice white building with two huge, beautiful crosses on the front.
All right. You've got a special grand opening tomorrow, ribbon cutting. Tell us about where it's going to be. Again, it's a food pantry. And what time?
All right. Yes, we are very excited. We've been open for 2 months now, but we are now coordinated with the Chamber of Commerce, Jill Cutler, and she is an amazing dynamo of a woman. And we are having our official grand opening on Wednesday, tomorrow from 12 to 1:30. We are planning to see a lot of local dignitaries, county, city officials, state officials coming to join us. We are looking for businesses to come in to see what we are all about, who we are, how we are different being a shopping style pantry. That's going to go from 12 to 1:30. And then in the evening, also at the pantry, we are going to have a community dinner. And that is hosted by our friends in the Mennonite Church. The Mennonite Church wants to open their doors and their hearts more into the community. And they have partnered with us and love the pantry and our Christian belief and our prayers that we offer for folks. So they're going to be coming in at 5:30. They're going to have singing with their choir, a prayer service, and then a dinner that's open to everyone. The only caveat there is you must attend the service to be fed dinner, which I think, you know what, who doesn't need a good heartfelt service on a Wednesday evening and have a nice dinner afterwards and some worship with some wonderful people.
If you come by for the ribbon cutting ceremony, grand opening tomorrow between noon and 1:30, there'll be some lunch available?
Yes, there will. Actually, we're going to be grilling some hamburgers and hot dogs. We're going to have making a homemade pasta salad. There will be chips, pop, water. There will also be, for dessert, homemade pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting, some Ghirardelli dipped chocolate cookies, and maybe a fruit chocolate dipped strawberries, if I have time to make those. But they're on the menu.
And you can take a tour of the pantry. That's another reason to come out for that.
Absolutely. Come in, see what the pantry is all about, see what we're doing in there. I think when people come in and they see what we are about and what we offer and how you're treated when you come through the door, you're just amazed, and everybody wants to get involved. And we have some amazing volunteers that will also be there. So we're really looking forward to the grand opening. We're hoping you want to come out, you want to see us, you want to know what we're about, and we're hoping you want to support us in the future because, this goes, if the community supports, the community thrives. So what's good for the community, what's good for your neighbors is what stays in the community. And unfortunately, if things don't get the support, even if they're a great program, it's really hard in this day and age to stay in the community. Yeah. So we want to stay root-based. We want to help all the residents of Mercer County.
And your motto is help combat hunger in Mercer County. That's what this is all about.
Absolutely.
And volunteers, what kind of volunteers do you need? What kind of things will volunteers help you all with?
Volunteers come in. Right now, I've been doing a lot of the registering, but we need to register people when they come in. If they haven't been there before, they get registered, just their name, address, age, number of people in their family, because it goes by household. And then once you're registered, we just pull your sheet and you sign it every month. You can come in once a month to the pantry. I don't think I said that before, but once a month you can come in. And we ask if you're already going and have assistance from government food assistance programs, please be thoughtful and faithful and don't come to the pantry. Leave that food for the people who don't qualify for those programs.
Right.
Because God wants us to share evenly and equally. So gluttonous is not a good thing. So we don't want to be that here in the county. But our volunteers can help us stock food. They can help the people shop when they come in. They can be a prayer warrior and be in our prayer room. They can greet at the door. They can fold bags that we need. They can repackage, like we try and get a lot of our cereals in bulk, and then we repackage it. So we have a Safe Serve certificate there, and so our volunteers are trained properly. The food is handled absolutely correctly by health guidelines, and we repackage. So come on in, help us. We'd love to see you as a volunteer. And don't think you have to volunteer every single day or every week. You don't.
Or not so much time either. Just whatever you have extra time.
Absolutely. If you can come in for an hour, we'll take it. If you can come in once a month, that's absolutely fabulous. We're happy to have you. Don't think you have to come in every single time we're open. We don't want people to get burned out. We want you happy and healthy and ready to pray when you come in.
And once a month, you can come in and just, again, take just what you need, okay? Because this has got to last for a lot of people. It's got to help people stretch their budgets, and especially you got people who've got a lot of kids too. This is help and hope. The Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry. Again, you're open Tuesdays 3 to 7, Thursday and Friday 10 till 2. Again, tell us the location.
We're at 116 East Broadway Street in Harrodsburg, behind the post office and beside C&T Grocery.
Very good. Well, Patsy, I think we're going to try to make this a regular feature. We'll have you on. We'll get together and try to work out when we can have you come back on. But I think the main thing we can do is just let people know that there's hope, there's help, and don't feel bad if you need a little assistance, Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed or anything.
Yeah, come in. We are a hand up. We are not a handout. And I know I am a middle-class person. I've worked my whole life. I've put into the systems. And it's just not enough right now. People are working 2 and 3 jobs, and they still can't make ends meet. So don't choose between fixing that flat tire and buying groceries. Get the tire fixed. Come in and get groceries. If you come in one time and you never have to come back again, that's wonderful. That's what we're here for. If you need us every month, until you get back on your feet, please come in. Don't be too proud. Don't be too proud. This is for God. He's here to help. We're here to help. Put your pride aside. Feed yourself. Feed your children. Come in.
Grand opening tomorrow, noon to 1:30. And that's the Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry. Patsy Owens, thank you so much for what you're doing and all the volunteers. And I think this is a great thing.
Well, thank you. We are so proud and happy to be here, and we just think it's going to be a real blessing to the entire community.
Very good. Thank you so much. We have got Tanya Schroeder from Alexander Royalty Funeral Home. You know what she's doing? She's warming up in the bullpen.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Big Deals Online Store. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big discounts. Save 20 to 30 to 50% every day at hometownlive.net.
All right. It's going to be sunny today with a high of 79. Mostly clear tonight, low of 56. Sunny on Wednesday with a high of 82. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low of 60. Mostly sunny on Thursday and a high of 86. Right now, we've got partly cloudy skies, 69 degrees in Harrodsburg at 9:33 and a half. As we are waiting for Tanya Schroeder. She is making her way to her perch here. If you call it a perch, we call it a seat. And good morning, Tanya. How are you?
I am doing well. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, that was very interesting. Again, another needed thing. It's all volunteer run, the Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry. That's what's, if your needs have been met, you can go donate food and you can get tax write-off for helping other people.
Right.
That's good stuff.
It is. Always, I try to remember to do things like that.
Yeah.
I don't always, but I know one thing. I'll just put this out there.
Sure.
But something that I learned a long time ago, or just listening to different people talk about, when they're donating food and things. I know that like a lot of people like to donate, maybe macaroni and cheese or some of the box things like that.
Right.
Well, think about when you're doing that type of thing, think about what this is the only way I can think of saying, like boxed milk.
Yeah.
The shelf milk, because you need milk to make macaroni and cheese.
Right.
You need milk to eat cereal. You need milk to make maybe the instant potatoes and that sort of
Milk
thing.
is a staple for
yeah,
about
so that's the one thing I always try to go by is the boxed milk or the shelf milk, because then they can make all the things that that need it, and that they may end up getting when they do go to the food pantry.
And then if you buy the regular milk, it's got a date. That,
so the
that's
shelf
could go out of date. So that's a good point.
Yeah, the shelf
Tanya.
milk is something that I always just usually try to donate that, because I know that everybody else is probably doing the other things,
Right.
and they don't always think about the milk part.
Well, it's a great way to give back again, to help people, and it's unbelievable. There is no cost to this. It's a little grocery store. Again, the only thing they ask is you just take what you need.
Okay.
And don't overdo, because again, there's people out here that are hungry, and that's what this is all about, is trying to help end hunger in Harrodsburg and Mercer County.
Yeah, and that's that's something you just living in a small town and things like, you just didn't think about it, back in the day, and now it's it's hit us. It's true. So
you don't think about people being hungry in Harrodsburg or Mercer County, Bergen, but there are people
it happens.
everywhere. Yeah, and again, people, they get embarrassed maybe or ashamed. They don't want to act like they need help, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, and this is a great way to give back to people that are in need. And again, there's no stipulation as far as you don't have to prove how much money you make. This is kind of like the honor system.
Yeah.
You please only use it if you need it. And
Okay.
and this is just such a unique situation here.
Yeah, I think we're really lucky or blessed, in Mercer County to have these types of organizations that do try to help, all people between them now, the Christian Life Center, and
yeah,
you've got different things meeting different needs. So that's nice that they're meeting a lot of the hunger. And I know the Christian Life Center is meeting hunger and, clothing and that type of thing. So that's good to have another place, because like you said, no one should be ashamed to try to feed their family. That's, and I know what groceries are costing, and
we all do.
Doesn't matter, you work full time or not. You're working, but sometimes it just doesn't get it. So it's nice to know that there is another option out there.
Yeah. And like you said, Christian Life Center, they offer boxed lunches to help people. Then you buy a meal right there, and then you can get the meals for supper here for the Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry, and hopefully help people kind of stretch their budgets. And
yeah, and then even I think some of the churches monthly have meals too. I know we used to do it at the Christian church. I think the Methodist church maybe still has a meal. I think it's monthly. I don't think it's weekly, but there are churches that do like a monthly meal too, and that helps too. So there's lots of things out there that I hope people can know about and can definitely use.
Well, just like Alexander Rhodey Funeral Home, there's a lot of things, information, like just with the Hope for Harrodsburg Food Pantry, the Alexander Rhodey Funeral Home. There are a lot of things that you all can help people in the worst times of their lives when you lose a loved one.
Yes.
And we've been talking about tasks that must be done on the most difficult day of your life. And let's pick up with food. That when you talk about food, what do you think about when you think about Alexander Rhodey Funeral Home?
Well, of course, funerals and food have probably gone back since the ancient times, because food is definitely something that automatically brings comfort to families, and now, it's a lot easier than it used to be because now you've got all the foil containers or the plastic container. You don't have to worry about getting your dish back. You don't have to worry about, oh no, whose is this and whose is this. But yeah, I mean, you know, when a death occurs, that just seems to be the first thing a lot of your friends and they don't know what to do, but they know how to cook. They know how to feed you. And they'll make, I know me personally, I always like to make a breakfast casserole because they're going to get, you know, buckets of chicken. They're going to get macaroni and cheese. They're going to get those types of things, but they don't always have breakfast.
Right.
So I like to make a breakfast casserole and take to to my friends. And then I sometimes just have it frozen. They can just pop it in the freezer, and then they can pop it out 6 weeks later if they want to. You know, it doesn't matter, but it's there, and it's just something for them.
And it doesn't have to be just for breakfast either. If they want to heat up for lunch or for supper.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love breakfast for dinner?
Yeah, really, that's good stuff. And people do that, and that's so good because the last thing you have to worry about or trying to think about is what I'm going to have for dinner. What I got. And people are so good about helping.
Exactly. And, you know, I mean, when a death occurs, you don't even think about eating, but you have to because you've got to keep your stamina up. You've got to be able to think. You've got to be able to, to survive the next 3 or 4 weeks or maybe 3 or 4 months. It just depends. There's just, like you said, what we've been going through. I mean, think about how many weeks we've been talking about this one thing. Yeah. And there's just so many things that need to be done once a death occurs that it's nice to know that you can go home and just pop something in the oven that you didn't have to worry about. And I don't care what it is. It always tastes better if you didn't have to cook it. So
yeah. Transportation, what does that involve?
Well, that's mainly, I guess, thinking about how are you going to get to and from the funeral home, and during the funeral, like itself, of course, we have a hearse, you know, for the casket, and then, you know, do you want a limousine so all the family can just ride in one vehicle instead of having 7 cars in line to go to the cemetery? You know, and sometimes I know this probably doesn't fall in line, but you also have to think about, you know, if your loved one had a car or a truck, are you going to keep it? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to, you know, there's things that you have to think about. What are you going to do with like their vehicle? Are you giving it to a child, a grandchild, you know, those types of things.
Right. It's just, again, these are just trying to help give you ideas and things to think about, again, in the worst day of your life. Doctors and nurses and medical practitioners. What do we need to just think about that they have to be notified, obviously? Yeah,
you need to call them and, you know, let them know the death has occurred, and so they can be removing them, you know, from their contact or their files. And this kind of sort of well, there's 2 things actually that kind of go with this. I had somebody call me a couple weeks ago. They were going to be going out of the country. And they have a father that's elderly. I mean, he's not, you know, he's fine. But she was like, what happens if something happens to him, you know, while we're gone? She's like, we can't be contacted. We're going to be gone for 3 weeks. And I was like, you know, well, you need to call his doctor and let them know that, look, if something happens, that this is the funeral home we want to use. I said, and definitely make sure that you've got the next door neighbor or a family friend checking in with them every day just to make sure that they haven't fallen or that they need to go to the hospital or, you know, that sort of thing. And then, so that's kind of a pre-need thing, not exactly an at-need, but, you know, kind of never thought about that. Like if you've got elderly parents or somebody you're in charge of, but then you're not going to be around, someone needs to know what happens at the worst possible outcome. And then something else the other day, you know, my stepdad, he's been gone like 8 years, and my mom got a phone call asking for him the other day. So she wasn't too thrilled with that and told him that he was at the cemetery if they really wanted to talk, you know, to get with him. But and I'm pretty sure they hung up on her. But you know, it's just crazy because you don't want it to be 6 months down the road and then you're getting a call from the doctor saying, hey, you know, don't forget your appointment, Or like, hey, we haven't seen Joe in so long. He needs to come in and do blood work. And, Joe died 3 months ago. So, those are phone calls you just don't want to get and people don't know. Now, these, solicitors, they're just out there just calling people.
Yeah,
but,
right.
When it's your local doctor or your local nurse or your local whatever, they don't want to make that phone call because they just didn't know.
And something that needs to be discussed too is whether the person wants to be resuscitated or not. That needs to be posted somewhere, and everybody needs to know. And because I don't think we've ever really talked much about that situation, but that's so important.
It is. And that's true. I mean, I know every time I go to the doctor, they're like, "Do you have a living will? Do you have a medical power of attorney or something like that?" I'm like, "Yes." "Do we have it on file?" "No." And I know. I'm pretty sure I know where it is, but actually getting it and taking it with me and getting it on file is a whole different story. But it's true. I mean, you've got to let people know, what it is what your wishes are.
And when my dad came to live with me, we had it posted on the refrigerator. So if I wasn't there, someone else wasn't there, they know what his wishes and wants were, and that needs to be posted. Everybody needs to be kind of on the same page, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and everybody has different requests.
They do.
Just like at the funeral, people have different requests, and it's okay.
Right.
It's changed so much over the years where I think it used to have to be a formal occasion where, everybody was wearing suits and ties and the loved one. But it's gotten to the point now, if that wasn't really them, then you should let them be what they were and not what you want them to be or what you
expect, what you think it should be. I agree. I tell families, every time when we're talking about clothes, I'm like, just whatever it is they would wear with that outfit.
Right.
If they always wore if it's long sleeves and they always wore their cuffs rolled up, let us know so we can roll their cuffs up. If they always wore a T-shirt underneath their button down, bring me the T-shirt. If they always wore boxers, bring boxers.
Right.
If they, we like socks. Shoes really aren't necessary, but we'll put them on them if if that's what they want. That's what we'll do.
UK fans or whatever, if they were really, I've seen a lot of that where they were fans and that's kind of the way they want to be remembered. Is,
right. And you even have people now just requesting that, hey, the family request everyone wear UK for the service or everyone wear red. Everyone, a lot of times now we'll see pallbearers with all the same shirts on. That's something that kind of represented the family or, something that the family wanted. So lots of options out there. And, I tell family, as long as it's not vulgar or offensive, we'll pretty much do anything you want.
Right.
Now, we have no control if we're going to have a funeral at a church or something because they have their rules and we have to apply by those. But as far as the funeral home goes, we'll do, anything, as long as it's possible and as long as it's not hurting anyone else,
right.
We'll try to do what you like.
Not in poor taste. Just
correct.
Try to.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you're not going to please everybody. There's always somebody in a family that didn't like this idea, don't think it's right, or don't. And that's hard because there again, you kind of have to go with the majority of people and not a minority.
Well, you have to go with what the
most closest relative.
Yes, I'm going to call him the informant. I don't mean it to be that way, but, we have to go by what the wife says, not, or what the children say. It just depends on, but, if there's a wife or a husband, if there's a spouse and children, then the spouse is in charge. And, I'm sorry if dad only married her for 6 weeks. She's in charge, right. and unfortunately, I hate that, but that's just how it has to be because that is the legal next of kin, and that's who we have to talk with.
Right. Because, again, you can get 2 or 3 people in a room together, and you're not going to have the same opinion, no matter what subject it is.
Yeah, it could get interesting.
I'm sure it has.
Something along the lines, I've been thinking about this, and I thought, well, I'm going to put this out there. Like, when you people just think about when you are going to go, like if you have to go help your mom or your dad or your aunt or your uncle, or, you show up to make arrangements, and they are, like we said, this is the most difficult day of their life.
Right.
They're just sometimes not ready to make decisions, and they're looking to you to help them, because they wouldn't have asked you to come if they didn't need you. And try to help them, and instead of going, well, whatever you want to do, it's whatever you want. Well, it's okay to kind of say, well, why don't you do it this way? Or because sometimes, they just don't know. You just don't know how many times I've seen mothers with sons, and I don't mean to rake on the male generation or, the male sex or anything. Right. But it's just, I know men and women are just different.
Sure.
They're wired different.
Yep.
And if you've got a mother and she's got 4 sons, the sons are just like, well, whatever you want, Mom. But Mom is really wanting to know. They really need your help.
They want input.
And just, please, just, it's okay. Just do it, because this is a time when they need you to help them.
Yeah.
And I've just seen it time and time again. And saying, I mean, it could be daughters too. I'm just saying that if they've asked you to come with them to make arrangements, help them make arrangements. Yeah. Don't just sit there and go, well, whatever you want, whatever you want to do. It's okay with me, whatever you want. I don't care, because they really do need your input. They really do, because I can just see the look of desperation in their eyes as they're looking at their family.
There's enough pressure on them right now, let alone, and sometimes when you're in that situation, rationality just doesn't kind of enter in sometimes. You're just so overcome. And sometimes it takes somebody else from the outside possibly to say, hey, what about this? Let me give you a couple ideas.
Yeah.
Since you asked me here, what about this or this?
Yeah. I mean, there's some things, knowing their mother's maiden name. Well, if you don't know it, you can't contribute that. But there's things like, we always like to ask, what was their hobbies? Was there anything they enjoyed doing? And they're just like, well, I don't know what he really, and you knew that he always liked to go fishing, or he was always outside working in the yard. He was, mention those things. Say, well, he was always out in the yard when I saw him, and that type of thing, because the family, they really do want your input. That's all. I mean, they don't want you taking over, and I personally probably won't let you take over, because like I said, that, they are the person in charge, but sometimes they really do need your help. That's all.
And the saying is sometimes you can't see the trees for the forest. That's, I think, sometimes applies to here, is people, again, their minds are just racing everywhere, maybe 100 different things going on at one time, and you're just almost overcome with.
Right, and they're exhausted. Yeah. Sometimes their family member has been in the hospital for 3 weeks. They've been under hospice for months, and then the last, every day they're hearing, for the last month, they're hearing, well, it could be today, it could, and they're exhausted. They can't think, and I understand, we try to give families time before they make arrangements.
Right.
And to give them time to maybe at least get a good night's sleep. And not that they will, but maybe they'll get a couple more hours than they've had the last 2 weeks.
Just catch a breath.
So they can kind of think about things. But sometimes they're just ready to, I just want to go. We've been doing this, we're tired. We just want to get this done. And then 6 weeks later, they're like, well, I really wish we'd have mentioned this. I really wish we'd have done this. So, but just anyway, it's just something I've just noticed more and more. And I just want to put it out there that if somebody asks you to come with them, they really want you there. And they really do want you to try to help them, because there's a lot of decisions that have to be made, and they need your help.
Good points. And you're getting the help from Tanya Schroeder, Alexander Royalty Funeral Home. We'll be back right after these messages of interest, 9:53 and a half.
I'm tired of working on my old worn-out farm equipment.
Hey, have you been over to County Equipment yet?
No, where's that at?
They're the guys over at Exit 48 off the Bluegrass Parkway.
Well, I can't afford to buy new equipment.
They got the biggest selection of used equipment I've seen anywhere.
Stop by County Equipment and check out their large selection of no-till seed drill, hay equipment, manure spreaders, and three-point attachment. Give them a call at 502-839-7373. CountyEquipment.com.
Don't start your morning testy, start your morning tasty, featuring DQ's delicious breakfast bowls starring hash browns, eggs, onions, cheese, salsa, gravy, sausage, bacon, and biscuit bites, an all-star attraction. Also co-starring buttermilk biscuits, pancakes, ham, and chicken strips, with special appearances by the $4 breakfast with your choice of coffee, tea, or a soft drink. Open early every morning just for you at 5 a.m. Come and get it at Dairy Queen on North College Street, where happy tastes good.
Bright Leaf Golf Resort invites local golfers to come out and enjoy golf. Monday through Thursday, play with cart for just $45. Friday through Sunday is $50. Try our par 3 at night for only $15. Cool off with a daily pool pass for just $12. Or get a season pool membership for $295. For more on pool memberships, visit Bright Leaf. And when you're hungry, swing by the 19th Hole Restaurant. Bright Leaf Golf Resort in Harrodsburg. Great golf, great fun, right here at home on Highway 127.
When it comes to your money, there's a lot to think about. Paying bills, setting a family budget, and retirement. Farmers National Bank cares about your financial well-being and is here to help. Visit the bank's website at fnbky.com to check out their financial wellness section with short videos on budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and more. You can also stop into a branch or call to ask the bank's financial professionals for advice. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon is the place for summer fun, making memories, good times, and summer vibes. Feel the rush of the legendary Kentucky Rumbler, one of America's top wooden coasters. Cool off in Splash Lagoon. Over 1 million gallons of water park fun. More than 40 rides, slides, attractions, and entertainment. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park. Summer vibes so close to home. Get your tickets now at beachbend.com.
Beach Bend Park. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park.
We're so excited. Nice weather's here, and we're gonna wet our plants. Buddy Beaver here. Mulch to Go now has Rock to Go. Yes, we've been busy little beavers and expanded to add landscape, rock, sand, topsoil, compost, and more. We have a wide selection to choose from in both bulk and bags. Stop by Mulch to Go for your landscape needs, from pine nuggets, pine straw, cedar, cypress, and playground chips too.
Mulch to Go opens at 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday.
Call 859-715-7575.
They're located in Harrodsburg on the corner of 127 and Beaumont Avenue. Mulch to Go.
Mulch to Go.
It is 9:56 and a half. Got a couple of minutes left with Tanya Schroeder from Alexander Road Funeral Home. And Tanya, talking about like medications and drugs, those are important things to keep in mind of what they have and then how you dispose of them.
Yeah, a lot of times if you're under hospice will take care of all that for you. But yeah, if they're in the hospital and then you've got the medicine, I'm not sure the proper way. I would probably contact the health department or maybe the doctor's office, and I'm not going to give out any information on that because I don't want to be wrong. Yeah. But I know if it's a hospice case, they'll take care of it. And I'm sure, well, I'm not going to say I'm sure, but you might even be able to box it up or whatever and take it to the doctor or take it to the health department. Maybe they'll dispose of it properly for you.
And current urgent bills, mortgage, rent, taxes, installment papers, insurance. Make sure that there's, again, a lot of that has to be taken care of and all the I's dotted and the T's crossed.
Yeah, and something, that one there is where pre-need, not necessarily pre-need as far as in the funeral home, but think ahead, because, when the death occurs, everything stops as far as their bank account is shut down until they get the death certificate. And it could be a month, it could be 2 weeks, before you even get that death certificate. So, if you find out somebody's sick or if they're getting up in age, or if it's a single person, maybe think about who you trust to get on that checking account with you to where they can maybe still take care of your business once if the death occurs, or heck, even if you're in the hospital and you're unable to sign a check or pay a bill. Those are some things you need to really think about, I think, ahead of time too, because you just don't want, you don't want those things to have to go to rely on your, to go to your family that they're going to have to pay until the insurance comes in or until the death certificate and they can get to your checking account. But definitely, I would think about those things ahead of time.
That with my mom, I lived with my sister, and she wasn't on the account, and they would not let her in the bank and have it, so that money was gone.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a lot, but
yeah.
So it's a real to back up your point, that happened. So
Yeah, it'll stop, and you cannot get anything in your life. You know, you're just in a stopped zone until you can get that death certificate. You know, there's times we've gotten a death certificate back to the family the day of the funeral. But there's also been times when it's been 6 months and we're calling and calling and calling, and doctors just sometimes don't get in a hurry.
Well, when you are in need, Alexander Road Funeral Home, how they contact you?
Just well, you can give us a call at 859-734-3361, and then we're on Facebook, and we do have a website, and it's www.alexanderandroyalty.com.
All right, very good. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Super Dave. I see my time is up. Thank you very much for your time.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
It's 10 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Law enforcement is bracing for what could be a fifth straight day of protests against immigration raids in downtown Los Angeles. L.A. County DA Nathan Hochman has a warning for agitators at protests. Mark Mayfield with more.
Hochman says anyone going to the protests to intentionally cause trouble will be arrested. Hochman also says his office will enforce the law to the fullest extent when it comes to people committing felony vandalism and assaulting police officers. He adds that people looting stores could face burglary and robbery charges as well. The protests have been taking place in the downtown L.A. area since last Friday.
President Trump has deployed an additional 2,000 California National Guard troops to L.A. County, taking the total to 4,000. He's also issued the order to send in hundreds of Marines based in Southern California. The state of California is suing Trump over those actions. The United States and China are continuing their efforts to avoid an all-out trade war. Top officials from both countries are in London for a second day of trade talks. The two sides agreed on an initial trade